Hello, everyone, and welcome to Project Morana. This is episode 13? 13, right?
13.
Yes.
Lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13. We're gonna be fine.
Death
We'll be
number.
all right. It's okay. We've only got a meat spiral father, dead guy who kind of looks like his son who's alive now, who's shriveling up like a raisin, who used to be Laura's lover, Henry, who is the doctor's lover, who Nate was making love to in their dreams. And they didn't know each other, but now they do. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, well, Henry's dead too, so he's a ghost lover.
He's a ghost lover. Even better. Anyway.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
And we've got some weird paintings, but before... Oh, and body parts are like out of someone's body now. And that's weird.
I have holes in my head.
You have holes in your head. There was a what do you call that? A lobotomy that just this happened or something. I don't know. Someone drilled a hole in someone's head.
Make an ice pick, like
Yeah.
Shit's been crazy. But yeah, before we get into all of that action, we've got to do the cleanup. So first and foremost, we would like to thank our sponsor today. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. If you'd like to, have a way to virtually play tabletop games with your friends, Roll20 is a fantastic way to do that. You can make custom sheets, you can do card games, board games, whatever you need to do. You can make maps. There's like really sick lighting and stuff like that if you get really nerdy about it. But there's all kinds of goodies over there. I'd highly recommend checking it out. We have links below as well if you'd like to click those. We don't get any reference from that, but it does help us because they can see that we've pushed people their direction. And we also have merch. You can check out our merch at designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4it. And soon there will be Project Morana loot for you to get. So stay tuned for that and that announcement. And of course, we would like to thank our supporter today, Hero Sheep. Thank you for being badass. We appreciate it. And if you could get some real love in chat for Hero, we would super appreciate that. And if you would like to become a supporter like Hero, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier or above. And that not only gets you access to to supporting an episode, but also to a private GM'd game by one of these lovely people, or various cast members that we've had in the past. And that changes out every month, which is fun. Beyond that, we have all kinds of other goodies up there, like after shows that we do after every show, where we sometimes sprinkle in some secrets. And we also have character sheets, and Kelly shared a map. I'm sure there's going to be updates to that map at some point as we explore.
Featurely accurate map, I'm sure.
And other goodies. So definitely head on over there. Not only can you support us on Patreon, but you can also support us here on Twitch if you're watching us live, or if you're not watching us live, you can head on over to twitch.tv/roll4it and support us over there. And that gives you access to VODs in advance as well as emotes. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can use your Prime to sub to us for freebies. Otherwise, it just goes to Jeff Bezos. So decide where you'd like to put your money. And you can also become a YouTube member, which also gives you access to some of those emotes. And whether you are a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord, where it's actually been, I saw that Papa Tim had given some thoughts on all the after shows, and other people were chiming in. So it was very interesting to see what people think. Especially, I think the main topic recently was like, wow, you guys are really good at thinking about gifts for people on the fly. Like, some people have such a hard time. And then there was like a whole theory of like, well, what makes a gift good? Like, does it have to be something that someone doesn't have, or does it have to be useful? And so it was very interesting to see people's thoughts on that. And of course, we understand that not everyone can support us in a monetary way, but there's lots of free ways to support not just us, but any creators that you love. And that is like watching us. If you're watching us live on Twitch, making clips, Clips can only be done while we're live. Don't ask me why. That's just how they have it set up. But we really, really appreciate the clips. So thank you so much for those. You can watch us on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment over there, just like Katie does every time. Katie was telling me as soon as the video's out, I'm trying to go and comment. And of course, follow us on X and Facebook. Like, share, reshare, and comment over there. All of that helps make the algorithms go where. And with that, I'm going to shut up and pass it over to our keeper.
Oh,
Do I go
that's
spoopy?
me. Yeah, a little spoopy.
A little spoopy.
Un petit spoopy.
Un petit.
We start in front of a relatively large house, burrowed just into the edge of the woods. It stands 2 stories with an imposing peak on its face, a large window dark in the night. Trees obscure its base, but a set of stairs can be seen leading to a balcony along the left side, and an entranceway is visible on the right. The house is cloaked a bit against the dark gray trees, but as a light illuminates the scene, we can make out its dark wood panels and forest green accents. A neatly built stone garden snakes away from the facade and meets the curved driveway attached to the lone road leading out this far. Riley's white police truck stops just out of reach, and the headlights remain fixed forward. We see the silhouette step out of the vehicle and slowly push through the snow and wind to the wooden porch. A carved wooden bear is perched next to the front door, which appears to be open. Riley pulls out her flashlight, clicks it on, and uses the tip to push the door a little bit. This is Sheriff Riley Kwan. Mr. and Mrs. Cicada, if you're in there, I have reason to believe you might be in danger. If you can hear me, please make your presence known. The house creaks and whistles against the storm. Ellen, Clifford, if you can hear me, I'm coming in. She pushes the door forward and steps into the home. The foyer is lit by the headlights of the truck, and a solid wooden staircase can be seen on her right, leading up and into the darkness. The rest of the interior is only occasionally visible, and Riley sweeps the flashlight. The house is dense and claustrophobic despite its impressive size. She shuts the door behind her, which does little for the noise, which now surrounds her on all sides. Mr. and Mrs. Cicada, this is Sheriff Riley Kwan. I'm just here to make sure that the both of you are safe. If you can hear me, please respond, or otherwise make your presence known. As she steps towards the stairs, her foot catches on something, creating a sudden bang. She jumps and points her flashlight to the ground, where she can see a burgundy heel resting against the foot of the steps. Slowly following them with the light reveals a trail of clothes discarded on the way up to the second floor. Oh God. Riley slumps her shoulders and proceeds to follow them, catching the light on rows of family portraits hung on the walls. A much younger Maureen with her husband and children as they grow older. At the top of the stairs, we see a hallway leading off to the right and an impressive wooden door behind Riley and a banister. The doors open a crack, and a flickering orange light dances just behind it. Mr. and Mrs. Cicada, if you are in there, please respond. This is Riley. I think you might be in danger. Riley waits for a response and then braces herself. She covers her eyes with her sleeve as she pushes the door open with her other hand. The door opens into a beautiful bedroom made of dark wood, decorated with old furniture and antique tchotchkes. A lit fireplace along the wall. There's a large window that faces out to the street and a door on the side leading to the balcony. And on the middle of the wall is a messy, king-sized bed surrounded by flung clothing, and lying on the bed, just barely covered by blankets, are an elderly Japanese man and woman. They bolt awake at the sound of Riley approaching, revealing themselves to be completely naked. Riley screams and faces away, apologizing profusely. And as the sheriff explains the situation and the couple begins to find their clothes, we see a painting sitting above the bed, an unmistakable Benjamin Thorne original, featuring Maureen Bachman, Elias Novak, Samuel Marcelli, and Jack, all sitting at a table in Tilly's Diner. The date is Friday, January 6th, 2023. The time is 1:15 p.m. The storm is raging outside of Nova and Oliver's home as the windows bang in a consistent enough rhythm that the three of you who have had quite a night and are exhausted are still able to sleep through the noise. But Nate, as you feel a bolt of pain through your leg, you hear the doorbell ringing downstairs. Or out front, wherever you were sleeping. I don't presume to assume where you went to sleep.
I think I went to sleep on the couch, so I think I am downstairs.
All right. So it's fairly near to you.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do my best to. I have my crutches near me, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to very carefully try and extricate myself from this couch in a way that causes the least amount of intense pain in my leg.
The small movements that you make ache as you move, and not just your leg, but your back and your shoulders and your neck from sleeping on the couch, which are more for aesthetics than comfort. Throughout the rest of the day, Nate, you will roll a penalty on any skill that involves physical actions.
Oh, boy!
Just the area where all of my highest points are. I should never have played hockey. Let that be a lesson to you kids. I would like...
Dude, Andy's dad keeps trying to tell him that.
Yep. I will do my best to get off of this couch and make my way over to the door and see who it is out there.
Looking through the peephole in the door, you see a raven-haired woman with a dark gray toque and a burgundy fashionable coat, shivering against the wind and snow, sort of patting herself down. You would recognize this as Mara, who Carl was talking to.
Okay.
About.
Carl's little buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will open the door. I mean, it's a blizzard, so I'll open the door and be like, hi, come on in, get out of the cold.
Oh, God. You feel like resistance as you open the door from the wind, and she kind of pushes through, shivering, and looks at you and says, oh, God, what happened?
It was at the hockey game. I broke my leg.
Yeah, well, I meant also you got a bit of blood on you?
We had a party. I'm just gonna I'm sorry. I gotta take some painkillers. Go have a seat. I'll explain in a second. I don't know if everybody else is awake. And as I'm walking back over, I'm just gonna yell upstairs hey, we got a visitor. It's Carl's friend, Mary.
You hear a bit of a scream that is stopped as she steps into the living room. Marie, where are you sleeping?
I have not moved from where I was lying down.
Then you wake up in a start, which drives a pain through your head, the worst migraine you have ever felt, like a trained nail spiked through your skull. And every roll that you make involving any mental skills will be done with a penalty.
Just my best skills. It's fine.
And you see the living room before you, the white and blue covered in blood and viscera, and Mara standing shocked with her hand over her mouth over you at the entranceway.
Hello, good morning.
I want to come in and see if Marie's doing okay. How are you feeling?
No need to fuss over me. I'm fine.
Whose blood is this?
It's hers. She had
There's still some in you this morning?
Oh yeah, we made sure of that. Marie was having Look, I'm not the best one
Nosebleed.
to explain. The doc can do a better job, but Marie was having some serious health issues that required emergency medicine, emergency surgery, I guess is the best word for it. And this is what happened.
Okay.
I'm alive, and I'm gonna open Andy's painkillers. And there weren't many left in that bottle. Like it wasn't like a full bottle when it started. And we've been using them quite a
Yeah.
bit, so I imagine it's a limited
Also,
resource
it's
for
been
us.
a while, so they probably aren't as potent.
Strong.
Yeah.
Which is really a weird concept for powder to lose its potency, but we'll roll with it.
Don't ask me.
Science.
But yeah, you have a couple. What I'm actually going to do is I'll let you take this one, but every time you go to use it, I'm going to have you roll luck to see if it's the last one.
Ooh,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Oh, that's
so roll-
cool.
Roll
Well, Nate
luck.
also needs some, so go
Yeah.
ahead,
Yeah,
Nate.
roll luck to see if there's more than one.
Me?
Yeah, you're the one grabbing one for yourself right now.
Okay. This is bad because I only have 27.
Better than
Perfect.
you and me. I have 10.
I was gonna say, do you think Nate has more?
Scared.
Wow.
Oh, extreme
Oh.
success.
3 versus 27.
What does an extreme success get us?
How much
they
much drugs do we get for an
How many
extreme
more bottles?
success?
They still retain their potency. This was probably the last prescription that you picked up for Andy. So they're still good till 2025.
Nice.
And there is indeed a variable amount left in the thing. So if Nate, you're gonna take one as well, I'll have you roll luck.
Come on. This was
Yeah.
an extreme success.
But no, because you said that I didn't have to roll the first time. So this roll was for Nate.
Every time you take one, you will get one and then roll luck to see if that was the last one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I have
yeah,
10 luck, Kelly. I have 10 luck.
Uh-huh.
This is cruelty.
I'm
All right, let's
aware.
roll. This is messed up. I don't appreciate this.
So
19.
That was
versus
so
10.
close. You got 9 luck.
9 luck.
Am I allowed to spend luck?
No.
Am I allowed to
That'd be
push
so
it?
funny.
It's either-
Go down to 1 luck.
I'm sorry. What game are we playing? You each can take one today, and they are still terminal condition patient potent. But that's it. Just 2.
As I'm about to eat it. I'm noticing there's only 1 left. Why don't we split them in half?
Yeah, maybe
we each
like
take
half
half
now.
of one.
Yeah, I
So
think
we'll save
that's-
1 pill for tomorrow or later today if it gets really bad.
Yeah.
Mara, like wide-eyed, is still looking at you with like Nate next to her. I have some Boswellia oil or clove oil if you maybe want that.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'll take whatever I can get.
All right.
Oil me up.
I usually have it. And she pulls out a like dropper vial. So this you can. It's topical. So Nate, you can rub it on your leg. I assume that you don't have a wound, or put it on the head injury that you have, Marie, and sort of like hands it to you.
I'll dab on my forehead, but I'm not gonna put it super close. Like I'm not gonna put it near the hole. I'm gonna like put it on the other side.
On like the temples.
Yeah.
It is strong. It smells like cloves. And
A
you don't
little
immediately
Christmassy.
feel
Clove
anything.
smells good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just cooked something with cloves.
It should help. Laura,
Thank you.
were you back in Nova's room?
Yeah.
As you hear commotion coming from downstairs, your eyes are closed, but you are awake.
Okay. As soon as I hear yelling, I'm gonna like sit upright and just like fumble for the lights and.
There is resistance to opening your eyes.
In what capacity?
They feel sticky.
Can I see out of them?
As you pull your eyes open, you see blurry strands between the lids, and your vision is hard to focus.
I know in my bag, like, or I probably have the eye drops that Dr. Samuel gave me, so I'm gonna try to like get some of those and put them in my eye.
As you do, you drop some in your eye, and on the second one you pull back and you see a viscous yellow liquid connecting between your lid and the tip of the eyedropper.
It's like a silent panic. I'm gonna try to like wipe away the liquid, or this like as gently, not obviously with my eyes open, but try to like pull away this like viscous yellow stuff.
It's like it feels like rubbing syrup off of the top of a syrup glass, in that there is both the sticky viscous material as well as the crust that has dried around the edge. And you look down at your hands and they are smeared with pus.
Removing this pus, is there any indication that I'm seeing better?
You can, with a bit of precision, start to get your vision back, but every roll that you make on a skill that involves sight or looking around will be rolled with a penalty.
Oh no. Okay. I think in a panic, like because I think vision is such an important thing, can I run into the bathroom to try to like splash my eyes with water before heading to the screaming in the other room?
You can, and when you look in the mirror, you see almost blood red irritation around the irises, and crust that is formed sort of in the corners of your eyes, as well as the remnants of the pus that you had smeared away.
I'm gonna clean my eyes up I don't want to alarm anybody when they see me, but I want to try to get like the crust and the pus away from like, I want to clear my vision as much as possible, if I can.
Yeah, it takes a bit of doing, and you start to get the water warm enough that it can wash off any of the remnants. Your eyes are still incredibly irritated, but you get what appears to be all of the pus away from it, and clean yourself up a bit.
I'm going to head down to where Marie and Nate are as quickly as I can, and kind of like very like haphazardly get into the room. What's wrong? Something wrong?
Oh God. Hi.
Whoa.
Is it bad? It's bad, right?
She like looks around for confirmation from everyone and like smiles weakly.
What's the yellow stuff?
I just
That's all
washed it
gone.
off.
That's all gone now.
Okay. Why that where's the doc? Did the doc leave?
No, he's in here. Isn't he in the
Doc!
player's room?
Doc!
It looks
There was-
like you got
Doc!
Marie?
conjunctivitis, I think.
Marie, are you okay? And I just like kind of feel over to where Marie is and grab Marie's hand.
I'm alive. Ow.
You hear like slams
The
coming from
worst
upstairs.
hangover of my life, apparently.
Yeah, we'll have to tell you. It's a story. I woke up. I don't want to be gross, but I got like pus all over my eyes and like I can't see very well.
Oh, good.
Okay, that sounds like some kind of infraction. Like I think your eyes might be infracted.
There's definitely something really wrong with them, and I tried to rinse them out and I tried using the drops, but like I don't want to go into the details because it's disgusting, but I can only see a little bit right now.
Okay, well, let's just make sure we keep flushing them out as much as we can.
You need to take care of yourself, Marie. Like you got your own shit going on.
I will not be running anywhere today. I need to remain calm. I need to find my kid.
We have to get
If-
Carl.
If,
Mary, help me get some water. I'm gonna get some water for everybody, just so they can use it to either wash stuff out or drink or just have it.
Mara looks looks at Marie and then kind of like, did he mean you or me?
Both of you, I mean, you and me, we could go get water. And I start heading towards.
Wait, who
the
is
kitchen.
that?
It's Carl's friend Mary.
Mary?
Mara.
Mara?
Mara. Sorry, Mara.
I'm sitting on the floor, like leaning against the couch where Marie's laying down. What are you doing here?
I came to bring your phone. Walt fixed it last night.
Thank you.
I thought maybe Carl would come by and tell you, but and sort of fumbles around and reaches, and you see that it is not your phone, but it is a phone. He had to transfer sins or memory or something, and
That's perfect. I really am grateful. Can I pay him?
I think he just enjoyed the experience.
Okay.
He said that it hasn't gotten connected to the internet yet, so maybe once the storm settles, which it doesn't seem to be doing, you'll get. Do you want me to get you some tea? I think Mara has, or I think Nova has some stuff I could probably whip up, maybe like an anti-inflammatory or biotic or something for you.
If you know how to do that, I will take it because I'm getting very nervous about my eyes.
All right. I'm gonna go with Nate. It was Nate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And she begins to walk to the kitchen, like still eyeing the just like scene as she leaves. And you see Dr. Marcelli coming down in like kind of tight workout pants and hoodie as he sort of like rubs his eyes, and you can tell that he had a rough sleep as he looks at looks at the two of you and down at the blood and said, "Oh God, I kind of hoped that was a dream." How are you, Marie? How are you doing?
Well, I've been better, that's for sure, but I have to tell you something, both of you. While I was whatever I was, I saw Andy. And it was terrible, but very real, and there was an island with a lake, and are there any paintings here that we should know that Ben painted or Liam?
Liam's not much of a painter as far as I know. I think some of the most people have paintings from Ben in their home, and he kind of like looks around and spots over the fireplace there is a landscape painting of just like a snowy forest. I think that might be one of his.
Listen, I know this sounds crazy, but I think we need to just burn it, do something with it. Every Ben painting we come across, we have to destroy it.
Well, we can't do that. That's his legacy. It's his impact. It's his last remaining bits of himself.
I just feel like it's not safe that something's attaching itself here, and it has to do with the paintings. I don't know. I can't explain. And
Listen, you need to calm down.
Do not tell me to calm down. My kid isn't here. I don't know what's going on. You drilled a hole in my head.
Sorry. The more your blood, the higher your blood rate gets, the worse your recovery will be. I don't mean to diminish your feelings, but medically you should try to stay calm.
I lower my head back down on the couch. Fine, I will stay horizontal, but someone needs to destroy the painting. I don't know which painting. That's all I know.
Kind of looks at you, Laura.
Okay, well, before we do that, can you please look at my eyes? They were like coated in pus when I woke up. I can't see well. I tried putting drops in. It didn't really do anything. I may have contaminated the bottle.
Yeah, you might have conjunctivitis, pink eye.
So it is just pink eye.
Yeah, maybe stay away from people. The drops will help.
Okay.
Just, it'll take time. Try not to touch them.
This is from like whatever. What is this from? Where would I get pink eye?
I mean, you did say you had a black mold in your eyes.
I know, but like, does that give you pink eye?
It was human remains, you said, right?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Just give it some time. It's probably going to be painful for a while. And again, don't touch it or anyone else.
Okay. I washed my hands. Can I be around people?
Distance-wise. 6 feet again. Back to the good old days.
I touched Marie's hand. Marie, don't touch your eyes.
Okay. I just put my arm out.
Nate, you can see Mara, as soon as she gets to the kitchen, pops on the fancy see-through kettle and immediately starts digging through cabinets and stuff, pulling out honey and garlic and oregano, and starts almost making what almost appears like a dry rub with honey in it, and then finds reusable tea bags and starts filling this concoction into it.
Do I know, like, this isn't her house, is it? Or is it?
No.
Okay, then I think when seeing this, I'll say, do you spend a lot of time here?
No.
Oh, it's just you were navigating so quickly, I thought that maybe you were
pretty organized. I mean, I've hung out with Nova before, but she's kind of a bitch.
Can I roll to see? I mean, I don't doubt that. Do I get the impression that it is just a matter of pure organization, or that there may be something more?
Roll a psychology.
All right, come on. At least I don't get a penalty to these. Here we go. 63 versus 50.
Close.
You gonna spend 13 luck on it? I mean, you can.
I
Also
don't
push
have
it.
13 luck. I don't have 13 luck, Kelly. And I think you know that.
I'm aware. You could push it if you want to, like, just observe her more creepily, or settle there if you want.
It's too early, I feel.
Yeah.
Already it's such a disadvantage.
It's like it's 1 in the afternoon. You should probably
50's
save some
pretty
of these
good rolls,
pushes.
or like 50's a high amount though.
That's the thing. I have a 50-50 chance of doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Margaret has appeared on my shoulder like a little evil shoulder
I'm
angel.
so sorry.
You know what? We only got like 8 episodes left. Let's push it. I'm pushing it.
Yes. Do it.
That is horrific. It is truly. Yes! 35! 35 out of 50. That's right.
So as you ask her this,
You're
Hail
welcome.
Satan.
and some more time goes by, how are you engaging with this situation to observe her more accurately?
I think what I'm gonna do is, as she's doing that, I'll just start filling up glasses of water, and then start like, just as that's sort of happening, I'll glance over and be like, so, what are you planning on making? And then I assume she's busy, so I'm just sort of like side-eyeing, facing the sink while like.
You recognize a proficiency as she talks to you. It's almost as if half of her attention is concentrated on talking to you, dissuading you that she's been here before, but almost this like unnatural degree of navigation. Like she'll open a cabinet and before it's even fully open, close it again, and then open one and reach and grab the honey, barely observing it. It seems like a intense degree of perception and navigation on her part.
But it does based on that, do I then get the impression that she may have been dishonest about having not spent a lot of time here before?
No. She's just incredibly good at finding things here.
Huh.
You don't think that she spent a lot of time here. She's just incredibly good at navigating her surroundings.
Okay. I feel like there's a clue in there and I don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna make a note of it and start making my way back, make a way downtown with these glasses of water and start handing them out. As well as if I hear them talking, I'm gonna bring like some soap and stuff so people can like wash their hands.
I think you could easily find sanitizer in 2023. So
Great.
I think you open a drawer, like you see Mara open a drawer and there's just a like collection of scented hand sanitizers. There's like pumpkin spice, there's vanilla, there's like spooky lavender. I'm definitely not calling Shar and I out on this, having a drawer full of scented hand sanitizers. And they're little like keychain pod ones.
I'll bring a bunch of them.
Yeah. And after a while, Mara comes back with a mug with a strong, savory, and kind of a hint of sweet smelling liquid in it, and hands it to you, Laura. Laura, this isn't going to taste good, but it should help a bit.
It's fine. You might want to wash your hands because apparently I've got the mother of all pink eye.
All right, I'll take the spooky lavender one.
Thank you for doing this.
I hold back and I say, Marie gets first dibs. And I turn to Marie. Whoosh. Say, you'll have to make do with this one. And hand like a
Pumpkin
bright pink
spice.
one. Pumpkin spice.
Cotton candy.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna need to be filled in a lot here as to what's going on.
Do you know where Carl is?
He's probably back at Riley's. He
Can you
left
go
it around.
get him for me?
Sure. All right. And sort of like dejected, like walks away from the living room.
Wait. I'm sorry. You're welcome to stay. I just really need to see him. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say he was pretty upset when he left. I can go get him. I feel like I walked into something and then maybe put myself in the middle of it, so I'll go get him.
Why was he upset?
He didn't take to our rituals too well.
What?
We were trying to help Liam, and I think we were burning some herbs, and I think Carl must have had like a allergic or some sort of panic attack or something.
What are you doing with rituals? Like that stuff's you don't. What are you?
Oh, it's safe. We've done it before.
Why are you doing it? Is it just for fun? Like a fun like party game?
No, we were trying to help Liam.
Like you were.
No, you go ahead.
You were doing a ritual. Like, how was it going to help Liam? And what was the ritual?
It was just a simple spiritual healing ritual. I feel like I'm explaining this as poorly as I did to Carl.
Is that why he was mad?
I think so. He seemed I don't know, not scared, but just immediately dismissive. It was hard to tell. I don't know any of you too well. He just sort of blacked out for a while, and then when he woke up, he booked out pretty quickly.
When Bara says he blacked out for a while, I stand up and I like hope. Did Marie hear that?
You all would.
I am heavy breathing, trying to keep my blood pressure down.
I walk over and without pushing, I kind of put my hands up in a on guard position and start like walking towards Mara to push them out of this room.
She like backs up and is like looking over at Marie, like past you. I'm sorry, I didn't.
What do you mean Carl blacked out?
Like I said, he must have had a reaction to the herbs or a panic attack or something, and
Like fully unconscious?
yeah, he was fine when he got up. I mean, Walt did the same thing when we tried it the first time.
Why are you fucking with rituals?
Miss Zaman showed us how.
I don't know who that is. Who the hell is that?
Samuel sort of like turns and he says, Farzana Zaman, she lives on the island. She's historian.
And apparently
Mara-
just doing like lessons and rituals for the kids?
Well, she also considers herself kind of a witch.
All I'm saying is you don't really just mess with this stuff for fun. And maybe you're not doing it for fun, but I don't know you or anybody in this town, and Carl's passing out in the middle of one of your rituals? I doubt it's from the sage. You might think everybody's fine after they wake up, but sometimes it takes time and they're not.
I'm gonna go get Carl.
Yeah, you should do that.
I'm sorry. And she sort of like turns around and books it towards the door. Did you drink the tea?
I had it in my hand, and then as soon as all of this conversation happens, I second guess it. But I'm going to drink it.
All right. As she gets to the door, she opens the door, and you can see her like kind of push against it as the wind blows, and she turns around to you, and in a fleeting moment of poor judgment says, there was no sage. It was peppermint, periwinkle, and bilberry leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. And then goes out into the storm. The time is 1:30 p.m. Carl, you went to sleep fairly late on the old and somewhat dusty bed of Riley's mom. And the storm outside is loud but rhythmic and almost soothing in a claustrophobic way. Your sleep wasn't interrupted by any sudden bangs or whistling from the storm, but you are woken by the sound of rummaging from within inside the house.
Carl will slowly lift the sheets up and like walk really quietly to the door and like pull it open to look.
As you open, you can see Riley's door open, and like movement from inside, as like clothes are sort of tossed into view through the crack in the door.
Carl's gonna look back into the room that he's in. Is there like something I can use, like something I can use to hit somebody with, if needed?
There's like an old glass ashtray. There's a lamp, like a long-standing lamp. I'm trying to think of what would be an old woman's room. There's just
he'll-
a collection of things. If you could tell me something that you think would be in an old woman's room, it might be there. But those two things I said are weapon adjacent.
Yeah, I think the ashtray. I think that's the first. It's probably right there. Carl just grabs the ashtray and is like holding it, and will step out and slowly make their way towards Riley's door.
All right. As you get to it, you see a person inside, sort of like crawling over the bed to the other side, opening the closet and like flinging stuff from inside.
Can I tell who it is?
Give me a spot hidden.
29 out of 70 hard success.
It is Riley, and she looks incredibly tired and
I have spent a lot of time with her today.
burnt out. And it is, you would know that it has probably been about 24 hours if she is still awake, since she's
Yeah, because
last slept.
I like went to sleep when it was the daylight.
Yeah, and
Or it
she
was starting to be daylight.
dropped you off at around like four or five.
Carl will lower the ashtray to his side, not drop it, but just like lower it and be like, Riley?
You see her stare, like turn to you like a deer in the headlights, and you can see like dark shadows under her eyes. And she, oh, fuck. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. I need to grab some stuff that I forgot to grab. Sorry.
Are you okay?
A little on edge, a little tired, but fine otherwise. How are you? How'd you sleep? How's the place?
It's okay.
All right.
Uneventful
My mom's
until
bed was fine.
this.
Okay.
Oh. It's your mom's room?
Yeah. She's not here. Don't worry. Liam's here. He's in the living room waiting for you. He should have protected you from bashing my head in with that, but
I just grabbed the first thing. I didn't expect anybody.
it's fine. I wouldn't expect you to expect anyone. I'm gonna get changed if that's okay.
Yeah.
close the door.
Could I tell what she was looking for? Did it look like she was looking for clothes?
I'll say with continuing your hard success, you noticed that just as you walked in, she had a almost like one of those old cookie tins in her hand, and was probably looking for that hidden amongst everything in her closet.
She had a cookie tin in her hand?
Yeah, one of those circular blue ones that everyone in history knows what it looks like.
But you said it looked like she was looking for one?
You get the impression that she had just found it as you
Oh.
walked into the door, or walked
Okay.
through the door.
So there's something in a cookie tin. Usually that's sewing kits. Carl
It is
will...
a universal container. Literally anything could be in that. It is Pandora's box of
I need an
containers.
X-ray vision. No, Carl will look at her and then, like, in peripheral vision, see the tin can, and then close the door awkwardly behind him. And he'll stand there for a moment, and then go back to the room and put the ashtray back.
Carl.
And then peek around to where Liam is.
You see him standing at the end of the hallway as you get back,
Oh,
and
jeez.
he looks healthy. The indents in his cheeks have almost like softened, and the dark lines around his eyes and the almost like anemic nature of him has sort of faded a bit. He looks younger, and his hair looks healthier. He looks I think I've asked this before, but I would need clarification. Has Carl ever seen a picture of Benjamin in his prime?
No. And unless it
Alright.
was like in a photo with the family, but I think Shar said there wasn't any in Marie's
so
house.
he just looks like a younger, healthier version of Liam.
You scared me. I didn't know you were going to be standing there. You
Oh,
weren't there
sorry,
when
I
I
heard-
put the ashtray away.
I heard noise. I thought maybe. How's it going?
You're asking me? What happened with you?
I got better.
Yeah, that's abnormal. Amounts of better. I deal with patients all the time.
Food and bed rest. You kind of left before the ritual happened.
Then what happened when I was there? Because when I was talking to you, you didn't look like this.
No. Listen, it's been a long few months of draining, excruciatingly taking care of my dad. I don't know what else to say other than, it's over. I feel better now.
Yeah. I kind of know what
Listen,
that's
you wanted
like.
to go see my dad's body, right?
Yeah. Do you know where my mom is? She didn't come back. Maybe she's with her friends.
I don't. Probably at Nova's then if she's hanging out. Maybe she wanted to give you privacy.
Carl will get closer to Liam. Like close enough where...
He sort of backs up a bit as you do.
Okay. Carl will kind of lower their voice and be like, did Riley tell you what happened?
Riley hasn't really talked about what's going on. She got back to Waltz this morning pretty wired. I had to drive her here. She said she needed some stuff.
She let you drive?
I was in better condition than her. Walt
Yeah,
doesn't
she
have his
looks
license.
Tired.
Yeah, what happened?
Carl will get closer again because Carl is trying to whisper.
He almost backs up. Yeah, you get the impression that because of the interrogating nature of the beginning of this conversation, he was a little bit turned off, but now he sort of doesn't back up this time.
You know, Maureen?
Yeah?
We found her naked with body parts.
What?
Like body parts from somebody else.
What? And you hear Riley say, I'm almost done. I don't know what to say to that. What the fuck? Obviously the cops know. Did anyone else did you tell anyone else?
Mara's dad was with me.
Was someone killed?
I thought Riley would have told. I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. That's why I was wondering if Riley told you anything.
No, she barely spoke when she got back.
Well, that's probably freaking why.
I don't know what to do. Do we tell someone? Does Samuel know?
Police know.
Does the council know? Do we have to tell them?
I don't know. Why would the council need to know that? It's like, don't the
tell the
police
rest
need
of
to
the
do an
fucking town.
investigation?
The rest of the town needs to know.
Why would the rest of the town need to know? They're just gonna freak everybody out.
What if fucking Jason's out in the woods?
There. That's what I'm wondering. But they have her.
Maureen, the elderly woman who
Why does
murdered
everyone
someone?
think that an elderly woman can't kill people? People
She
every
barely
day
makes it to any
kill
of
their
the council
neighbors and you
meetings.
think they're like the nicest person ever, and then they're a murderer and they've been burying people underneath their house for 300 years. Maybe not 300, I'm exaggerating.
She uses a walker half the time. Okay. listen, I don't know what the fuck's going on. You've been here for a day. What the fuck happened?
Believe me, she can do more than walk around in the walker.
It's about that time you hear Riley's door crack open.
Shh, don't say anything. If she didn't tell you, she probably doesn't want you to know.
I don't want to know. And you see Riley come out in more casual attire, sort of. She's got like fashionable cargo pants and a oversized hoodie, and you see her like rubbing her nose a bit. Hey guys, what's up?
Why don't you tell us?
I interrogated the Akedas and everything seems fine.
Everything seems fine? That's
Yeah,
the response?
You're a civilian, Carl? I can't tell you anything. It's police business.
This is what I was talking about, Liam.
I mean, she's a little right, but what the fuck, Riley? Why is there a dead body? Or parts? Or what's going on? And Riley looks like immediately shocked and says, Carl, I swear, we have it under control.
Do you?
Yes.
Where is the body? Where the body parts came from, then?
There was
If
no
the cicadas
evidence
are
of foul
alive,
play.
then
We found nothing.
No foul play. Someone's
Anything that
body parts are not inside of them. That is foul play. That's not even play. That's just murder. That's death.
The storm makes it very fucking hard to find out what's going on.
I think someone murders
And I would
someone
appreciate
outside.
I would appreciate a little bit of leeway on this. I am a sheriff in a small town where the worst thing that has happened is a fucking owl hit someone.
Okay, fair. Owl hit
I just-
somebody?
Yeah, got stuck. I don't need my boss on my ass, half drunk, trying to get me to go around this town like fucking Sherlock Holmes to find a skin suit. And I don't need you, who I just met yesterday, telling me how to do my goddamn job when this isn't my fucking job. I need the army here or something, Carl.
You're the police. Who else's job would it be?
I'm a glorified fucking security guard, Carl. I went to the academy because my mom wanted me to. And then she fucks off to Korea to be with my dad and leaves me here to be second in command for this fucking town. I don't need this, Carl.
No one
If there's a
needs
murderer
it.
on the
No
loose,
one-
they can kill anyone they want because I'm not going to be able to stop them.
That's reassuring.
I need to get back to Waltz. I need to fucking sleep. I'm on edge. If you
Why
need
don't
any
you
more
sleep
questions,
here
talk
in
to
your
me.
house?
Because I'm being a polite neighbor and letting you and your mom sleep here.
Just sleep in there. My mom's not even here. And I don't care. As long as you're not going to murder me in my sleep.
Not yet.
Carl's
Fine.
reassessing that offer.
You and Liam go play detective. I'll crash here. Good night.
Okay. lay
And she
down.
like walks back into her room and slams the door.
When she slams the door, Carl will just lean into Liam, but like quietly, what the fuck? She does
don't
not
know.
seem worried that there's a murder running around.
She seems high still.
Yeah, pretty sure she sniffed something from her box.
this is abnormal, and I don't think she knows how to deal with it.
Okay.
Where is your mom? Where are your parents? Where's the others?
I don't know. I think my mom probably stayed with her friends. They went out to like some hockey game yesterday. They probably just hanging out, being weirdos.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Do you
And
need a
plus, she
ride?
probably thought I was gonna stay out partying late.
Kind of did.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd consider that partying.
And then found a body. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's get dressed. I'll drive you to Nova's, I assume.
Okay. And Carl will go back in the room and change quick.
You see Liam like walk over to Riley's door for a moment and like hesitate, almost knocking, and then stops and slumps his shoulders and walks back to the living room.
Carl's pretty quick. Doesn't really just change his shirt and pants. Puts on pants and heads out. Grabs the jacket.
And as Liam opens the door, it is blustering. You can barely see across the street. And considering that the only thing that he drove here in was Riley's police truck, that's going to be what you guys leave in.
Awesome.
As he kind of looks over and he says, "This isn't stealing, this is borrowing."
Yeah, she told us to. I kind of want to use the lights.
Might freak people out.
Yeah, probably best.
As he's driving, roll a spot hidden.
58 out of 70.
He gets about halfway down the street between Riley's and Nova and Oliver's, and you see one figure sort of walking almost diagonally through the snow that you would recognize as Mara.
Oh, slow down. Isn't that Mara?
Fuck, what's she doing out here?
I don't know, but we should pick her up.
Yeah. And then pulls over, gives the little freak.
Yeah. I was like, Carl's gonna hit the light if he doesn't.
And you see her like start and look up and like squint through the snow, and you see her mouth something as she walks over to the window. Carl?
Yeah. Get in.
Get in. And she like opens the back door and jumps in with the black cage between the two of you. The fuck are you doing out here? Why are you in a police car?
What the fuck
Why
are you
with
doing
Liam?
out here?
I had to come get you. Your mom, there was surgery.
What?
There's pink, someone has pink eye. I forget her name. Nate broke his leg. And
How? What happened? I thought they just went to a hockey game. Did they get in a
I
car
got
crash?
kicked.
What happened?
I have no idea. Hey, how
Pink
are
eye.
you?
Better than them, I guess. Oh my god.
Let's get over there.
Yeah.
And Liam pulls out and continues. It is 2:15 p.m. by the time that the police car pulls up to Nova's place. And the three of you make your way through the wind and the snow to the front door.
Carl just
Mara-
opens the door.
As you open the door, the rest of you who are hanging out in the living room, wind blows in and chills the room as you see Carl come in covered in snow,
Mom?
followed by Liam and Mara.
We're in here, Carl.
Carl's moving at a very fast pace and I think it just stops for a moment as the scene unfolds with Are you still laying in the same spot and there's blood everywhere and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
There's probably like dark circles under my eyes. Like I didn't get much sleep. My head's swollen under the bandaging.
Carl's looking at Nate and Laura and going, what the fuck happened?
Samuel's probably like in mid, like checking the wound and like changing the wrapping as well.
Your mom was non-responsive and
Non-responsive. What happened?
It was
She had a concussion.
Concussion.
How? Did you get in an accident? What happened?
We got in the accident, baby. I think something just blew and it had been leaking since our car crash.
But I checked you. You were fine.
It was a slow bleed. Are you fine? Did anyone examine you, Carl?
No.
All right, get over here. I don't want to have to drill another fucking hole in someone's head.
Carl, go over there. While the doctor's checking him, he does whatever they say like passively, but is looking at Nate now and is like, and what happened to you? How does that mean you break your leg?
So that happened at the hockey game, actually. Completely different situation. I got a little carried away and there was a divot in the ice and my skate got caught.
More logical. Okay, that makes sense.
Samuel says that one was kind of my fault. I probably should have been on them about keeping the ice flat. I don't know if I apologized about that, Nate. I'm sorry.
And
Thank you. I appreciate
while
that.
we're all
Yeah,
apologizing.
you guys got to get on Zamboni
Sorry, Laura.
from here on out.
Apparently you had pink eye.
Yeah, from mold from a decomposing dead body.
What?
Liam has like made it in and he's like standing at the entranceway, but you can see Mara like timidly just standing.
Wait, you found a
sort of
dead
in the
body?
unlit hallway.
Well, like in the room next to mine, just that there was decomposition and mold.
Oh, okay. So like not a full body, just
Just the remnants, I suppose.
Of Daniel,
Great.
Tilly's husband.
Are you okay, Carl? I was
I
told
don't.
you
I
passed
think
out.
so. I think I'm better. I'm better than you. I don't have a broken leg. Oh my gosh! What the heck?
You seem fine. If you experience any headaches or lightheadedness, let me know. But I think your mom probably got the worst of it.
As it should be. Good. Listen, Carl, have you seen your dad at all lately?
She really hit her head, didn't she? Mom.
Yeah.
Dad is dead.
I know, but he came to see us, and he told me that we had to destroy the painting.
Carl just kind of stands there for a moment and just is like staring, like at his mom, but past his mom. And I think everyone will notice this and just doesn't say anything for like until someone says something to them.
Am I correct in thinking that Riley and Mara and the rest are like just there right now?
Not Riley,
Mara
but
and Liam.
Mara and Liam.
Mara and Lee. Okay. Can I like sort of they say that and I give sort of a to like see how they react? Because I don't think I expected us to just come right out with it, but now that we have, how are they responding?
Roll a psychology.
Okay.
Your favorite thing.
Come
Yes.
on, Nate!
Your
One of the
best
ones I
skill.
don't have a penalty on. Yeah, it's one of my best skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Nice.
Yes!
Nice.
Yes, 39 versus 50!
They look suspiciously nonplussed. Neither Mara nor Liam seem to react at questioning of like seeing dead husband/father.
And also the assertion that we need to destroy Liam's dad's paintings says not like there's no response to that.
Liam looks like he's following along with the conversation and seems like this doesn't appear to be new information to him. I will remind you as players that Carl and Liam had a conversation about what Carl
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
So
And
you
Mara
as
was there
you as
too.
characters can be surprised.
I yelled about my father, and then
Yeah.
I later
So-
had a conversation with Liam. So, but it makes sense that you're sus that that they
the
don't
three
seem
adults
reaction.
can be sus, but you as
Yeah.
characters know that Liam and,
Yeah,
and Carl
I
have
do
talked
know.
about this. But yeah, they seem nonplussed.
So now that there's Mara's back and like Liam's back, but like it's just like Liam's walking around. Like it's
Yeah,
just
Liam looks better. Like,
Laura, as you look at the entranceway of the living room, your heart sinks as Liam, appearing more healthy, even more resembles Benjamin.
I think I take a couple steps forward because I don't trust my eyes right now. Like I'm just seeing things like it's just the blurriness and all that. If I step closer, what is the resemblance? Like this is someone's kid or this is Benjamin?
Roll a spot hidden with a penalty.
No!
Oh! All right. How do I do the penalty?
So once you roll, you can click the bonus / penalty and then just add whatever the result is to your roll.
I'm so sad. All right.
Oh!
14 versus 45 with the penalty minus or
Yes.
5.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think that's still a hard success. 19 out of 45 is still a hard
Yeah.
success. As you sort of lean in, Liam like pulls back a bit, just weirded out by this red-eyed woman leaning in to look at him. And as your eyes focus, it's almost like rack focus, where Liam becomes more clear as the surrounding world behind him blurs. And again, you are startled for a moment, the similarities. You have been this close to Benjamin before, and you have memorized the shape of his face and the color of his eyes and the particulars of his features. And that sinking feeling in your heart slowly subsides as you notice minor differences. Cheekbone positioning, nose width, his eye color is just ever so slightly different. This is a child of Ben's, but not Ben.
As this realization hits, I realize how creepy this must be, so I just kind of stand up a little straighter. You're your father's son.
He softens as he looks at you. I didn't want to be weird when we talked. I honestly thought that, we would meet at Tilly's. We would wake up in the morning and have a funeral for him, and despite the warning, he places his hand on your shoulders. I know that this must be hard for you.
I can't imagine that it's not hard for you, though.
Yeah, but I saw it coming years in advance. It was a transition. If anything, now that I'm thinking clearer, it's a relief for me, but the way he spoke about you, I'm sorry. This is too sudden.
There's just like a desolation in Laura's eyes a little bit when Liam says like, oh, this must be so hard for you, because in a way Liam died to Laura ages ago in college, just that feeling of loss. And so I wish I could have been in his life longer.
I'm sure he felt the same way. And then
He still spoke about me?
he sort of like puts his hand down as if the moment is over, and then looks between you to everyone. He spoke about all of you.
Carl's just still staring into space, kind of.
He told me as much as he remembered. It was not a lot, and I think later on he sort of made some stuff up. But he spoke so highly of all of you and looks at you, Carl, and of your father. I could tell you more about it, but fuck, there's a body, someone's dead, there might be a killer. Carl, what the fuck? Have we need
What?
Yeah, last night, Maureen, I don't know what she does here. She's a person.
Samuel
mayor,
says she's the
I think,
mayor
or something.
figurehead.
I know. I was like, Carl doesn't remember.
Samuel says that.
Mayor or something. Yeah, mayor. She was naked on the lake and she had a bag of body parts.
Like heads, like
Organs.
legs, arms.
Organs. Heart. That kind of stuff.
Real
for-
body parts.
Yeah, human.
Were there like
frozen.
multiple hearts?
It was enough for one body as far as I could tell. I didn't investigate it though.
We were all present, like the three of us, for when Samuel talked about the autopsy, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at Samuel.
He's like staring just dead-eyed into space, mouth slightly open.
Do you know anything about this, Samuel?
Carl, how precise were the detached organs?
They look pretty cleanly.
Not like a psychotic raving murderer ripped them out of someone's stomach?
No.
Fuck.
Why are you asking me that?
They might be Ben's.
What? Why would she have Ben's body parts in a bag? It was like in a sack that she was just carrying around, and she was naked, and I don't even know if she's gonna have fingers and toes by the end of this. She was so frostbitten.
Liam pushes past you, Laura, and sort of like squares up a bit. What do you mean they were what the fuck did you do, Samuel? And Dr. Samuel like curls into the chair. This large, almost Nate-sized man becomes small as he looks between the four of you, and tries to avoid Liam's eyes.
Well, answer him. What did you do to his father? Why would his body parts not be inside of him?
I needed to know what happened.
What did happen?
I don't know. It's been...
So you took body parts out of somebody, you don't know what happened?
That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to figure out what happened to Ben. He was sending correct me if I'm wrong, the organs to someplace to have them tested, correct?
Yeah.
And you knew about this? Carl
Well, we
looks at
just
Laura.
found out.
Oh. Did he consent to his organs being removed?
Dr. Samuel just like slowly shakes his head, and Liam steps forward to him. Is anyone going to stop him?
No. I'm not gonna stop him.
He will clock.
I'll move close enough so that I can intervene after the punch is thrown.
Okay. He clocks Dr. Samuel across the head And immediately Samuel like turns to the side as he gets hit, and you can see Liam immediately start shaking his hand and walking away,
Carl
and
will go
almost
to
trips over
Liam's
the
side
couch.
and
Fuck.
help Liam.
Ah,
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, hey,
Don't-
calm down. Everybody take a breath, okay? There's a lot going on here, and I feel like we all need to put our cards on the table and explain what's going on, because I feel like everybody's got pieces of information that we don't all know,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
this
Agreed.
butcher ripped open my dad, tore out his organs, and sent them to the fucking lab. Ah.
Carl's gonna go to the fridge and get like a pack of peas or something like that and bring it, like wrap it in a towel and bring it back.
I was about to say, gotta grab some of Ben's organs and bring them back. Like, just grab some of Ben's organs and give him.
It's also in this moment that the four of you have the three of you almost have a collective relief, as you had never seen Ben this like determinedly angry. Both Andy and Nate saw him like timid and scared in the forest with the gun. Liam was, if he was a stronger individual, probably like would have been more violent in this situation, but under the circumstances definitely broke some of his fingers and has now recoiled as Carl takes care of him and brings an ice pack. And Samuel like rubs the side of his face, clearly not too injured, and like nods his head a bit. I did everything by the book. I was respectful, other than not getting his permission. Everything was we were going to solve this mystery of what happened to him, but clearly someone else had other thoughts.
Other thoughts? Why would
They were all-
Maureen have the body parts?
I don't know. I don't know why they were out of their packaging. They were sealed.
They were not
Said
sealed.
Maureen was a figurehead,
She's a mayor.
Yeah,
she was butt naked out in the snow.
but does a figurehead mean that she doesn't have any real power?
She's on the council. We're more of a collective. Having a mayor made people feel more normal.
Who else is on the council?
It's me, Jack, Elias, technically Riley, Farzana, but she doesn't really attend too much.
And Maureen?
And yeah, Marie.
Where would she have gotten? Like, was this in like I mean, they have to be refrigerated, right? Like, where would this have been?
I was keeping them in the morgue. I shipped them out before the storm, so I guess they were intercepted.
Wow.
Who did you give them to ship?
Jack was taking them.
So Jack was supposed to take them and Jack didn't. I think we need to talk to Jack. That's what Carl says to Liam.
While this is all happening, Marie's brain is just trying to, while injured, connect the dots between the rituals that she's heard have taken place and the organs that have been removed and stolen. Can I see if I know anything about rituals that might have to do, that need a specific ingredient of someone's, essence like that deeply?
Yes. Let's roll.
Occult?
Yeah, let's roll an occult with a penalty.
Boo. Okay. Oh, I already failed. 68
you
versus
can-
55.
You can push it if you want.
I don't want to hurt my
55.
brain.
You have a better than 50% chance of succeeding.
Yeah. Now Jeremy's on your shoulder.
It worked for me.
Okay,
Oh
I'll
God.
rack my brain.
Scared.
Yeah, I'm scared.
It's
Now
worth
I'm
it.
like,
The difference
It's
is
worth it
that-
if there is something, but if it's to confirm that there isn't something, it's not worth it. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll, I think.
you don't know.
Oh,
no.
Come on.
I failed again. Less badly, but still failed.
You begin to
Shit.
rack your brain, and as you sort of like are trying to connect all the dots, you feel a warm sensation dripping down your forehead, as all of you can see the wound bleeding onto Marie's forehead.
Carl will leave Liam's side and go to his mother's side and try to help her.
You are going to take 2 points of damage, Marie.
Okay, that's okay. I don't know why. My sheet says I have more than my total. I currently have 9 out of 8.
You took damage before.
Yeah, you
because before
accidentally
it was 10 out of 8.
Did you accidentally add instead of
add
subtract?
it?
Could be. I'll
We'll
just
have
make
to-
it 6 now.
All right.
Or I guess 5 because I would have already lost one.
Yeah, sounds about right. You feel like the headache spikes as your blood pressure rises. Trying to think of this, and you sort of have to like calm yourself down as the blood comes out.
Mom, stop. What happened?
I'm just thinking. Clearly, I can't
Stop.
do that anymore.
You gotta stop
Um,
thinking.
Carl will try to clean up the blood and look at the wound. Like, why is it bleeding?
Just as your blood pressure rises, it like pushes the clotting stops, and then it just starts to leak a bit.
Okay, everybody, like I said, we just need to calm down because people are getting hurt. Okay? We just need to sit down and talk this through. Okay, we got a naked mayor running through the woods, possibly
Not in the
with
woods. It was on the lake.
All right, thank you.
At like
It's
1
very
a.m.
important difference, Carl. Running through the snow on the lake, not in the woods. Those trees made a big difference. And then we have it's got a sack full of organs, maybe Ben's organs, and then we've got a witch on the lake in a cabin. And we got a weird ceremony happening, but it didn't work. And no offense, Mara, sorry. But the ceremony, or maybe it did, and now Liam's feeling better. And then we have the mysterious illness. And Liam, did you have an aunt?
No.
An aunt Hamilton something?
He like thinks for a moment. Mara has been standing quietly, basically just at the foot of the door, like trying to stay out of the way. Sorry, I had to hunt our cat down. Liam looks quizzical, and out of the corner of the room, sitting in the chair, Samuel says, "You mean Tilly?"
What?
Yeah, Matilda Hamilton. That was her maiden name.
And she came here with Benjamin?
Yeah, she was the one that brought him to me at first. Why?
Yeah, why are you guys... What happened?
Okay. Do you... So wait, but... Well, I thought she was related to Ben.
Yeah, she's his aunt.
But Liam, did you know that? Did you...
No. She's always been nice to me, but my dad never told me.
Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? You live in
Why
town
wouldn't-
with your great aunt and you don't know she's your great aunt?
It's a little
Nobody
weird.
tells you?
Did he
Sure,
seem
you
close to her? Why wouldn't he tell you?
I don't know. Once she got married, she sort of, I don't know, got sucked away into Daniel's world.
Maybe it was to protect Liam from Daniel? He didn't seem like a nice guy from what Tilly said.
And I mean, not to. Seems a little odd that some of the people in Tilly's life get. I've watched too many shows. Really sick.
Do you think she's murdering people?
No, she wouldn't do that.
Well,
Punch
Daniel
out
by
and then your
proxy.
dad next.
And
And
both
they
of them
both get
died.
sick?
They weren't sudden deaths. Yeah. Like what Carl's saying. Sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
It's okay.
Liam kind of looks.
And
He's
now
been
you?
with you all for a while now, but as you start saying this, he looks almost like scared of you all. And he sort of like pulls the ice pack away and isolates himself a little bit from you, Carl. He says, you guys just came into town and you're already accusing one of the sweetest people here of
No,
murdering her husband and my dad.
Just trying to understand what's happening. That's all.
Are you cops? Like, what the? I invited
So-
you here because my dad wanted his people around him for his funeral.
Liam, the reason my eyes are this way is because the room next to mine got opened and there was a door that led in, and Nate and I went in and there was remnants of a body of somebody who was not taken care of in their final days.
I mean, yeah, it was an asshole.
So an asshole deserves to die like that?
Nate,
How
you
do-
see again that sort of like guilty, or no, Carl, you see again in Samuel that sort of like guilty doctor maybe agreeing that it was for the best thing. And Liam's just like shaking his head. I don't know. It's
Okay, the reason we're asking is because apparently Tilly went to a ton of doctor's appointments with your father.
looks over at Samuel. I don't know. Samuel at this point is like once again looks incredibly tired. Had just woken up, had energy, and it's already being drained. As he's sort of just like leaning up against his knees and looks up at you. Yeah, I didn't think it was relevant.
I guess the main issue I'm having is that I didn't come here looking for any of this, and somehow it's just kind of falling into my lap and our laps. I know it's none of our business, but at one point in time, Ben was a hugely important part of my life, and I feel like it's hard to get answers here, and also it doesn't seem like you guys know either. So maybe there aren't any answers.
Maybe we just need to go to Ben's house. Didn't you say that's where your dad is?
Yeah.
Say, let's
I don't
go.
know if- I don't know if we can, and sort of like gestures out the window where you can see the wind whipping.
Is
Yeah.
that by the lake?
No, he's up the mountain.
Right. Right. Sorry. Bad with directions.
Samuel sort of he sighs. If anyone can get us up there, it would be Jack. He has a
Well,
plow.
We
would
need to
get
talk to
through the
Jack
snow.
anyway. Wasn't he the last person with Ben's body parts?
Yeah. And now listen, you already uncovered how fucked this place is yesterday, and if you're thinking that maybe Jack, and I agree with you, didn't take Ben's organs, to Calgary, then I don't know.
Well, at
I'm a
least I'm
little worried to
reassured that
talk
there's
to
not a
him.
murderer running around taking people's body parts out.
Yeah, just a very sorry doctor.
Jack
How
didn't
did Maureen
connect
get
with
them,
you,
though?
Samuel, about this?
No, it was only a couple days ago.
How do you? I mean, but that's to be said that if, he was attacked, someone stole it, I would assume that he would report it, no?
Also, I will rewind. It wasn't a couple days ago. It was last year.
In December.
I did the autopsy right after his death and got Jack to send them out. I thought he was taking them to the city. He didn't. He did confirm that he went and did it and clearly lied.
Why would he lie? And why would
Whatever the
Maureen
answer to
have
that
them?
is, hopefully the answer to whatever the hell else is going on.
Also, with what Maureen was doing, it really makes no sense.
Were they still sealed in their container? You said they were in
No, it was in like a sack. They just rolled out. They were like frozen.
Mara, you know rituals, right?
It's not
She looks
real.
up and like where she's standing, it's basically Mara, Laura, and then Nate in a line. And as she looks up to Nate, she almost like cowers a little bit at seeing you, Laura, and just looks down at the ground and says, "A bit, yeah."
Do you know of any rituals or any kinds of rituals that could involve people being naked and internal organs?
Not modern ones.
Okay, but I didn't ask if they were modern. I'm saying any. I don't care if they're ancient. There's supposed to be a goddess in the lake. I'm guessing she didn't pop into there last year.
Goddess in the
No.
lake. What?
No, there's sacrificial rituals of ancient civilizations. Miss Saman taught us about them when we were younger as a history lesson. They were practical. They were just appeasing gods.
So it could be trying to appease the god of the lake then. You said, Carl, you said she was out on the lake, right?
Yeah. No one else was on the lake, though. I mean,
Well,
I've
maybe
seen the
she was
lady
going to finish
that
the ritual.
was in the island, but I didn't see her then.
These are nobody does that anymore unless they're, I don't know, trying to pretend that they are.
She looked like she was in kind of a weird state, like not herself. She didn't even remember how she got there, and her fingers and toes were frozen like frostbite.
So she's in a trance? Or she's
Something like
possessed or
that.
something?
I don't know. Maybe.
I turned to Mara again and say, I mean, does this sound like normal ritual activity to you?
It's, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm more of what you'd call like a Instagram witch. I do these for like fun and it makes us feel better. It's like a placebo.
It did
Like
make me
we-
feel better.
And the witch on the lake, is she an Instagram witch or is she a real witch?
I mean, she's as real of a witch as, like, yeah. Yes? Yeah, she is.
I say we go talk to her. I don't know. I look at everybody else. I say, look, as far as I'm concerned, I think we got to get to the bottom of some of the spiritual stuff because it seems like there's something that's real magical going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking she's the one who would know. And then with that, maybe we can go confront Jack.
I don't want to go to the island.
Why?
Why not?
Something doesn't feel right. Carl looks like they're kind of staring off into space again.
Hey, Carl, if there's something you need to tell us, I mean, now's the time.
I saw something.
What did you see?
I don't know, some guy, I guess your dad, Liam. But he had like extra arms sewn onto him.
I saw that too.
What?
Shared dreams. We got shared dreams. I say island. My vote's island.
I think we'll definitely find answers there, Carl, but I don't want to make you do anything you don't want to.
I don't know, I just feel like something bad's gonna happen if we go there.
I mean, I feel like bad stuff's already happening. I don't really know if...
I also have to say, as your doctor for the time being, you probably shouldn't, none of you should be mobile. Nate, you broke your leg yesterday and didn't exactly sit and let it rest. And Marie, God knows what could happen.
We're past that now. I promise to stay calm. Hmm?
Upon hearing that, Laura, you notice that Mara is now looking right at you.
I'll meet Mara's gaze.
She tentatively walks forward a little bit and then whispers just quietly enough for you to hear. I can maybe help.
There's just been some things that have been like trickling in the back of Laura's brain. I would lower my voice. What are your thoughts?
They sometimes work.
What is it?
Liam's better. I can try to make you all better, but I can't guarantee it'll work. They sometimes work.
Did what happened to Carl happen because of it?
Carl just didn't. I don't think he believed us. You seem like you might.
Is that why Liam is upright today?
She weakly smiles.
Oh. Fuck. Just try it on me.
By myself?
Who else do you need?
I can do it by myself. It's just takes a lot.
Okay, well, if it works on me, I can help you with the next one. Plus, if they see that it works on me, maybe they'll be more open to doing it themselves.
Okay. And if anything bad happens, I'll take it.
What? Is this even a good idea?
No. I don't have any
Mine's
others.
smaller though, right? Than theirs, so it's less risk.
Yeah.
Except my vision.
I'll get some salt. And you all see, as you're talking, the two of them talking, and Mara goes around the other way into the kitchen. Do any of you say anything as Laura's standing there?
Did we hear that conversation, or was it all just between
No,
the pair?
I imagine this was happening while the living room was having sort of a louder conversation.
Carl's kind of staring off after the lake thing, and just says, "You were in I saw you in my dream, I guess, too. He says, like, looking at his mom.
I saw you too. I told you to run.
And then Carl will look at Nate. We need to go to Ben's house. We need to find the painting.
That's what I said.
Okay, so thinking of this as logically as I can, we have 3 locations that people have said they want to go to. One of them is the lake, to speak to the island on the lake, to speak to the witch. One of them is Jack, to ask about the organs. And then the other is Ben's house, to see if that's where the painting is, and maybe see if we can see some evidence of what's going on there. Now, Ben's house is in the mountains, which means we'd have to go to Jack to get there anyway. So if we're going to Ben's house, we have to go to Jack. But if we're going to Jack, shouldn't we also have information about what may have been happening with that body?
Okay.
I agree.
That's why I say witch first, then Jack, then Ben.
Yeah. I think
Maybe the
that's-
witch can even tell us which painting.
That's what Jane would do.
You see Laura across the living room behind everybody, standing in the near the kitchen, holding a box of salt.
Laura claps and gets everybody's attention. Okay, shit's about to get weird.
It's already weird.
Well, it's gonna get weirder. Mara's gonna do a ritual on me.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes. Because if it works on me, then we can do it on all of you.
Can I ask a question out of
To do a
character?
ritual on me.
Mm-hmm.
Did Nate and Laura ever do the ritual to try and release Wanjala and his family? Because I know Laura had done some research and had found some stuff that maybe could have worked, but we haven't gotten to that yet in the past.
The events of the past have left you blocking a bit. But as Laura sort of reconfirms what is about to happen, Nate feels a sense of unease and belief, remembering something from his past.
Hey, look, folks, I think we got to be careful. If we're going to be doing rituals right now, I don't know. We've already had the problem. Carl had the issue before, right?
I agree. I passed out. And
Well, that's why I'm doing
I
it.
saw
And then you can all see how
my
it goes.
dad.
And then if you want to do it, you can do it too.
And she's an insta witch. She's not even like a real. I mean, she's, I guess, real. I don't know. Are you real?
Yeah. She like waves at you all again, holding.
No, I
box
meant
of
like a
salt.
real witch. Like, can you do this?
Sometimes it works.
We all saw what Liam looked like yesterday. Look at him now.
I'd like
But-
to put my hand on Mara and say, make sure it works. Don't hurt my friend.
I'll be the anchor.
Carl, if you don't want to be here for this, you should step outside. I want to make sure you're protected.
no, I'm going to be here. Just. Carl kind of looks at all of you. In case it happens again. You're with me when it does. Just don't let Ben paint me.
Okay.
Samuel says, I mean, he's dead.
I don't know if he. I don't know. That's what my dad told me. And I saw him. Ben.
Okay, well, we can do it here behind the couch. There's a hardwood. I just sit down cross-legged, Laura, and I'll draw the circle around you.
Just like without like thinking, just kind of doing, goes over to the hardwood and sits down.
Carl, can you turn off the lights? Close all the blinds?
Yeah. Carl goes and does it.
All right. And Mara begins to draw a circle of salt around you, Laura, with about 2 feet distance from you and the edge. And as she finishes it, she is standing inside of it with you and turns and says, "Now, you probably know to not leave it. If you do, or if you want to leave at any time, let me know so I can open it up." And turns to all of you and says, "This one, nothing too bad has happened from this one, so it shouldn't be too weird. Just don't come in. Don't break it, please." Okay. And she like places the salt inside and opens her coat up and pulls out like a tea tin. And in her other coat pulls out, or the other side pulls out a like small ceramic bowl, and dumps some of the contents of the tin into the bowl and puts the tin back and sort of pats herself. "Do you have a lighter?"
I don't smoke. Does anybody have a
Carl
lighter?
looks
I'm sure there's
around.
a
There's like
candles?
candles and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's there's like a barbecue
Little-
lighter.
Yeah, Carl will hand that to.
Wait, fuck. Okay. Here, hold this bowl, Laura. And she sort of like kneels against the salt and sort of closes her eyes for a bit and slowly opens the circle, and like reaches her hand very methodically through an imaginary opening for the lighter.
Carl looks a little weird and hands it to her.
And she like very particularly pulls it back, and then just takes the salt and draws, like clears or fills in the circle and turns to you, Laura.
I think that like as they're both holding on to like each end of the lighter, Carl just says, "Be careful," and then lights go.
Yeah. Okay. You're not allergic to peppermint, periwinkle, or bilberry leaf, are you, Laura?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right.
That's what I said.
And you can see Samuel is like craning his neck to look over the couch now, intrigued and a little worried. And Liam seems almost dismissive, still standing in the corner, cooling his hand. And Mara looks at you, Laura. Okay. And takes the lighter and starts burning the herbs. You just hold on to that. Okay. With this spell I have, with these herbs 3, I set Laura Flowers' body to be free. With this spell I have, with these herbs 3, I set Laura Flowers' body to be free. And she begins chanting that for a while, and all of you in the room see no change. The herbs burn calmly, a bit of smoke rises and dissipates before it even gets near the ceiling. The two of them just seem to be looking at each other while Mara chants this. Roll me 2d6, Laura.
All right.
This is how much HP you'll lose.
I know, right? Oops, I did it wrong.
Yeah.
2d6.
HP and sanity as it happens.
Both at the
7.
same time. look. So looking at your character sheet, I see you don't actually have any damage taken, but narratively you do.
Oh yeah.
So as she's speaking, the smoke sort of like billows in your face a little bit, as the embers sort of flicker, and you almost feel yourself getting a little bit like high. But then almost as soon as it comes, it goes, and you can see Mara sort of like stumble a little bit as she breathes deeply. Okay.
Did it work?
And she pulls out her phone and double taps it, and hands the phone to you, Laura, and sort of takes the bowl from you. And you can see that the front-facing camera is on. And looking at it, your eyes are clear.
And I just like don't make any words with my mouth, just lots of like excited, panicked noises. And then I look at the group and start pulling my eyes open.
And those of you close enough, Mara still like shakes her head. Stay back. I still got to open. You can see that the red has gone.
How do you feel, Laura?
Does my vision feel like it's cleared up completely?
Yep.
I feel fine. I feel like I can see again. My eyes aren't itchy. There's no pus. I feel fine.
Good job, Mara.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm really glad it worked. I can try some more. And she sort of like leans down and closes her eyes and slowly begins wiping the salt, opening it up.
I quietly say to Mara, I'm sorry that I was mean to you when you first were here.
It's expected. Don't worry. A lot of people don't like me.
It's not that. This stuff scares me.
Me too.
I'll help you if they're willing.
You see her like almost tear up a little bit, and you see a restrained fear. Please.
I just wait patiently for guidance for what Mara wants me to do.
All right. Who's next?
Ree, do you want to try?
Sure.
Are you sure?
No. I think I better not. I support your decision, Nate, if you would like to do it.
Marie, you don't even want to try?
I can't.
Can I, Kelly, I'm still concerned. I feel like I've seen at least a few horror movies, and I feel like I've seen enough to know that, like, just because it all seems good at first, maybe she's putting stuff into people. Like, who knows?
That's what Carl's thinking.
She may be in over her head. Exactly, yeah. Can I do some kind of a check to see if I'm getting any vibes off of this that are like, other than the ones that I'm already like, ugh.
From my perspective, Carl doesn't feel that Mara has ill intent. Carl just thinks that there's no way this is there's got to be a price that will be paid if we're fucking around with this shit.
And we don't even know what forces are causing this healing.
Exactly.
Roll me a hard psychology, Nate.
Okay.
Also, ever since then, I've been seeing a meat spiral father. So
87 versus 25. Look, I know I've been pushing a lot of things, but Nate, I feel part of why Nate has been so snippy and snappy is because he feels genuinely alarmed that his friends might be in danger, and his number one priority is keeping them safe. And Laura has already gone through with this. he wants to know, will this actually help them, and is Laura in danger? Can I push it? Am I allowed to push it?
Yep, you can.
Oh my god.
I know the odds aren't good, but I'm
God.
going for it. I would like to push it by reaching back, because I feel like, yeah, that block that's coming through, I feel all that's sticking with me is you have to protect them. You can do what I did, and I don't remember what that's referring to, but I'm like, I gotta do it, and I'm like reaching, trying to see if I can reach back through, and like, why does this feel familiar? And I'm gonna push it. Here we go. Oh,
So
34
close.
versus 25.
You reach back, and that sort of nervousness that you had about these rituals dissipates. You feel like these have worked before. You feel like you've probably been a part of them a couple times, and it's only been a net positive. It's only burning herbs and chanting a few words. And Mara seems to be doing about as much as college age Chip Cult did.
Aside from the healings, I look at Marie and I say, Marie, I'm willing to try it if it means we can get to the bottom of this. If I try it, will you try it too? I wouldn't suggest it if I didn't think it was safe.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Samuel says, that seems wise. I don't really know what's going on, but
I don't think
this seems fucking weird.
I don't think Andy would want us to do it.
Dang,
Because your
now we
doctor
gotta-
don't think you should do it.
You played the Andy card.
That's literally why I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm like,
Mara seems solid now. She seems almost like she stood up too fast and recovers and reaches a hand down to help you up, Laura.
I stand up. I imagine are we still in the salt circle?
Yeah. And as your hand touches hers, you get a deja vu. And something in you remembers having done similar rituals.
I think
You
I
feel-
stumble a little bit like Mara did after standing up.
Almost like remembering your family recipe. A guide pops into your brain as your memory is a bit clearer. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I feel clear.
Oh, you did good.
Like, I kind of wide-eyed look over to Nate and Marie. It's your choice, but I don't think this is going to be the last of what we're going to be doing.
I vote we go to the witch and see if she can give us some answers. And then from there we go to Jack. That's my vote. I've seen enough Scooby-Doo to know it's not a good idea for us to be splitting up. So if the group decides something else, I'll do that. But that's my vote.
You said, you just like a minute ago, you said you would do it, and then is it just because Marie's not doing it?
I don't think it's what Andy would want. I agree.
I think in that moment, it's just like Laura's thinking through like these dreams, these vivid dreams that apparently they're having. Why? Andy was into this stuff, right? Like Andy was a part of the Chip cult.
He was into this stuff until he got hurt.
He was into like the Ouija board and everything in between.
Can I remember his reaction to the Ouija board?
Of Andy being super hype about finding the Ouija board.
Yeah, and then all the different answers and stuff.
Yep.
That's true.
You're gonna trust nightmares over like actual reality?
That's why I want to talk to the witch. Because she'd be able to tell us.
Sam speaks up. Nate, I don't think you can get to the island. I'm not advocating for this, but you need to not be on your feet, and I don't think Jack has a wheelchair that can get across the lake. I don't think any of you should do this, and you should be resting. You're not going to be solving a mystery over a day in a storm. You need rest and you need to recover because a few unfortunate things happened to you yesterday. And because, Mara, you know I love you, but this is really weird, and I can probably explain it if I had magicians here, but the three of you, fuck, Carl, you need to stay with your parents and talk some sense into them and get them to not move.
Come look at my eyes. Don't cross the circle. Come look at my eyes and tell me if they're better.
I can see them from here, yes. And
explain that. You're a doctor. Explain it.
I can't. And that bothers me about as much as not being able to find out what poor Liam's dad was inflicted with over the last 20 years, but I'm not about to change my entire belief system because your eyes got a little bit clearer.
Liam, did your dad, and be honest with me, did your dad tell you why he wanted us to be here?
He said that he had been holding on all these years, hoping to one day be ready to see you all again.
Why wouldn't he be ready to see you? What happened?
He didn't talk about it. But he said that he didn't feel like he was in a good place to talk to you all, and he kept holding out every year. And every year, when you would get better, I would maybe ask him, "Hey, are we going to see your friends?" And then he would get sick again. He just lost. And he said, he left me a note. And he said that he was ready. And to contact you all and get you here to see him one last time.
Was that before?
It was after.
If I had known, I would have I tried. I kept tabs on all of you. Okay? Like I looked all you up. I just tried to follow you as much as I could and from a distance, and I never could find Ben.
He didn't go by Ben. If you look up Ryan Gregory, you'll find a long, successful art career, some choice investments, and a few interviews.
Yeah.
Rhina Gregory?
That was their artist name. I've seen their art before.
Can you spell that?
ReinerGregory. It's German, I think.
Right. Okay. Have I heard of Reiner Gregory?
Roll a history.
Oh boy. What is my history in this era? 5. History is 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we
Mine's
go.
40.
Well, what do you know? 59 versus 5.
Do you want to push it?
Nope.
No, you don't recognize that name.
I got nothing.
That's probably why you couldn't find him, Laura.
I forgot. Was his art always the same style too? Like if I had seen it, I would have maybe had an inkling, but did it change? Did it evolve?
I mean, the pastel landscapes were pretty popular. He printed a bunch of books, but he was a really
I saw one in the
So-
hospital.
he was a
You know,
Renaissance
the reading
artist.
material.
He loved all mediums.
Well, it's really up to you two if you want to do this or not. It seems like Marie doesn't. So Nate, if you want to try it, you can. I'm not gonna try to pressure you all into doing it. I feel better, but
Samuel,
Yeah.
am I able to? I don't feel like I can even get up right now.
Good.
Well, what are the odds of me being able to get up in a day? Two days.
2 days better. 2-3 days. I would feel comfortable sending you home. Carl, this tracks. 2 to 3 days in the hospital after a burr hole, and then bed rest when you get home.
Carl, you just see Carl nodding in agreement.
I don't.
I don't think we have 3 days.
Why
can-
not? What's going to happen? Is there something that the three of you know that we don't?
There's something about this that's really familiar. This whole situation. We got visions, ghosts, mysterious rituals. Something about it it's ringing a big bell, and it's not a good bell. It's like that one poem. Ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for me. I think that's how it goes. I don't remember. But something's bad, and it feels like something bad is going on here. And there's just too many. I mean, look, Carl, I know you haven't agreed with us up to this point, but where I'm sitting, it feels like there are too many things here that just don't quite feel right, that don't quite make sense. And it's all wrapped up in Ben and Andy and us. Why is Ben wanting us to come to his funeral when he can't even see us? He wanted to see us again, but he's dead?
I know why I came. Why did you two come?
Technically, the note said you see him one last time.
I thought I heard Liam saying that he wanted us to see. Yeah, okay,
Me too.
never mind.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
That was why I was
answers.
like, when you said,
yeah. I've changed my mind. I have to be able to protect you. And I look at Carl. I can't protect you like this.
Mom,
That's all he keeps saying to me.
That's not what he said.
I shouldn't have even brought you here.
But I'm here. There's nothing you can do about
Exactly.
that.
So I'm paying the price. And I've forced myself to get up off the couch.
It takes effort And
Carl will help his mom up.
yeah, both you and Dr. Maselli like jump forward to help her. This is dumb. I'll go on record saying this is dumb.
Carl kind of nods in agreement, but
You guys can say it's dumb when you've had a hole drilled into your skull and you're the one in the position who needs to do it.
GM, can I roll like a cult or something to just because I feel like this is again the things that are like falling into that are suspended above falling into place. I feel like Nate can feel like there's something there that I'm not making a connection with. And the fact that also I've been in rituals, I think is also something that's kind of like, why do I feel like I've done this before?
I'll let you roll a cult with a bonus.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Come on, Nate.
60 versus 25. I'll add the bonus, but I don't
Roll
think
the
it's gonna make-
bonus.
That puts us, it's a 9, puts us up to
51.
34.
Wait.
Oh,
I guess
51.
that technically also works, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
it's yeah. I got I don't know. Am I allowed to push it?
Let me
If the answer
I
is
will
no,
s-
that's absolutely fine.
No, I'll say this, and this will help you decide. If you push this and you fail, we will rule that Nate cannot assess any rituals or occult for the rest of the game.
Don't do it.
And the knowledge
Oh
that you
my
have is
God.
the knowledge that you have, and the people around you can do stuff in your direction, but Nate will be blocked from learning or assessing any other occult related things in the
It's
future.
not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I only have a 25. It's a 1 in 4 chance of success.
Jeremy's like, I want to do it.
I don't.
think-
yeah,
I mean, you can do it if you want.
the consequences are severe.
It's that grasping at
Risk
nostalgia,
versus reward, man.
the grasping at deja vu. You had that feeling once, and you're trying to manipulate your brain to feel it again, and it's no longer a feeling, but just a secular thought that you're having over and over and over again. And by pushing the occult, you're trying to get that feeling back, and if you push it too far, you're closing yourself off from feeling it again as you become too analytical about the feeling. But you can
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I think it would be one of those things where I think Nate feels genuinely like stuck because what he thinks is we should talk to the expert, but apparently we can't go to the expert. We could go to the expert maybe if we were healed, but the problem is that was what we wanted to consult on in the first place. And we can't go
you
talk to
have to
anybody
let
else.
your brain rest.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'd like to take a lap and reminisce. And maybe not like a physical lap, but like sort of move to another room for a bit. Because part of me is like, I cannot stand by and let my friends be put in danger, but at the same time, I can't make them do what I want. So I'm just gonna go and try and like
Welcome
not
to my world.
intellectualize. I'm not gonna
You can-
intellectualize and try to meditate. I want to go to another room and just like do whatever I can to sort of meditate on this.
You
Yeah.
pass Laura and Mara going into the kitchen, and you can sit at the dining table and just kind of ruminate as the
Can I-
sliding door behind you kind of like rattles a bit against the wind, just creating this like almost meditative state.
As Nate passes, I won't say anything, but can I give Nate kind of a knowing look?
You cast a knowing look on Nate.
What are
After
the
you just
vibes?
talk
Save.
smack, now you're talking a knowing look.
Well, I'm talking smack to Sam and you.
But he's agreeing with me and Sam that this is not a good idea. What?
I think
Uh,
doesn't Nate seems more introspective and kind of like looking for reasoning,
Yeah.
and you two are saying it's stupid.
I didn't
this-
say.
Nate like walks away
I didn't say it's stupid.
as-
It's just logically doesn't make sense from a scientifical perspective.
At this point,
We're
Carl and
doctors.
Dr. Samuel are like Samuel's much taller than you, Marie. So it's like his arm is sort of like resting under yours, holding you up. And Carl's on the other side. As you stand, you sort of feel the like blood rushing down to your feet, alleviating a little bit, and you actually like feel the cloves sort of numbing the area. It's nice, and you sort of get your balance, and you can feel that you can walk on your own.
Thank you. And I like nod and I go into the area that Laura was in. Because the circle's been opened, right? The salt was moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
Mara's
step
been
in.
like clearing it,
Yeah.
and is prepared to like draw a new one, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
With a little bit more room.
Yeah.
All right. Here. And she goes over and she grabs like a stool that's set up very nicely on a next to a bar, and pulls it over to you to sit down on.
I sit and I just close my eyes. I think I like let go of this moment and I just picture the happiest moment I can remember of like our third Christmas together where Carl is a toddler, wearing like a red velvet dress, and we're like taking a photo by our tree and it's on like a timer and it's like the light is like beeping at us and I'm just picturing us in that moment with Andy like hugging me behind me, and that's what I focus on while I just let everything happen to me.
No. All right. I'm modifying your sheet a little bit there, Laura.
I saw it change and I was like, what's going on?
Oh my god!
I saw things
Um,
changing. I was like, I'm not touching it.
Mara is going to sort of like push you a little closer to Marie, Laura, and then do the same thing where she draws as neatly of a circle around the three of you as possible, and grabs the bowl and sort of like brushes out the now fully burned sort of soot and just like wipes it on her jacket. Grabs the tin, opens it and pours some more in, puts it in her jacket, and takes out the lighter. She looks over at you, Laura, and says, I take as much as you want. If you feel like it's too much, I can take the rest. Just repeat after me.
Okay.
And we should be fine. And lights the herbs, puts the lighter away, and the smoke sort of billows up a little bit. And then she turns to you, Wilson? Marie Wilson, right?
And I don't even hear her. I'm just so focused on this mental image in my mind.
I think Carl responds and says, yeah, that's her name.
Okay, thank you. All right. And reaches out
Carl's
her hand
looking
to you.
worriedly at their mother now because their mother wasn't responding to her name.
Reaches out to you, Laura, with one hand.
I do instinctively what Mara needs me to.
With this spell I have, with these herbs 3, I set Marie Wilson's body to be free. With this spell I have, sort of like opens one eye and like nods to you.
With this spell I have,
With these herbs 3,
with these herbs 3,
I set Marie Wilson's body to be free.
I set Marie Wilson's body to be free.
All right. We'll keep going until we get it right.
Oh my god! The stakes could not be higher, Laura! Get it together! Just kidding.
How
No, that's perfect. That's like what someone would do. I love it.
you have magic points now, Laura. And I will tell you now, you are not strong enough to do this spell yourself.
Mhm.
The spell requires 12 magic points.
Okay.
So how many points do you want to put into this to help Mara?
Okay. The fact that this is a hole in Marie's skull, I'd like to put a lot in. I want to save some over if Nate would like to do the spell as well. I have 11 points. I think I'm going to do 7 for Marie.
All
Holy
right.
cow.
So
Do these
as the
reset
two
generate? Do we know?
It's a good question.
Oh, that is
As
a good
the two-
question.
Because that's a lot if they don't regenerate.
Generating magic points. Call of Cthulhu. I am a professional storyteller and keeper. 1 point per hour, so you're good to go.
Oh,
Okay,
wow. Okay.
perfect. Yeah, I'm going to do 7 for Marie.
The big problem with Call of Cthulhu is you need to fucking learn how to do rituals, which is not a human thing to do. So normally you don't have a lot of magic points. But Laura is special. So you're putting
Cool.
7 in.
Well, I don't know if I should say 5 for Nate. Okay. I'm sorry, Marie. I'm gonna do 6 for Marie and then save 5 for Nate if Nate wants to.
All right. So as the two of you repeat the chant over and over again until your voices almost harmonize, you feel a squeeze on your hand. A soft, almost thankful squeeze. Roll 2d6, Marie.
Ah. 9.
Marie, as these thoughts of Christmas and your family wash over you, the strange smell of the burning herbs filling your lungs and the equally strange numbing of the clove oil on your head, you almost go into a trance where the pain stops, as if you're meditating, if Marie's ever meditated at all in her life before. And you lose focus in a very comforting way as you're lost in these memories. And Laura, you feel Mara's knees almost buckle a little bit as she struggles to keep herself up and sort of like moves her hand to your shoulder to keep upright. And you don't notice a change. And you slowly stop chanting, you de-harmonize and sort of just breathe in as the smoke stops. And Marie, you never feel a moment of coming out of that meditation because you don't feel the pain. And it takes a while to realize that you're just okay.
Eventually I break the silence and say, I think I feel better. I think
Good.
it doesn't hurt. I go to touch my head. Does it
do you
hurt
mind-
when I
Doesn't hurt.
touch it?
Nope.
I move the bandage.
There is a shave of your hair in that spot, and Laura, you can see now there's not even a scar where the burr hole had been.
I imagine like this is emotionally taxing or physically taxing. Or
Yes,
Okay.
you feel seeing that the relief of seeing it almost also pulls the breath out of you as you do get a bit exhausted.
Marie, I'm so sorry about your haircut. It's gone.
This is fucked up.
It's really fucked up. It worked. Nate! Nate, it fucking worked!
Samuel looks. No. Fuck no.
Carl's just quiet and kind of also in disbelief, but can see it. But Carl didn't see what it looked like before because it was bandaged, but
No.
still is
You
You
weirded
saw the
out.
carnage around the
No.
room.
Yeah.
No. Fuck no. Though. I don't know what's going on. I didn't. No, this isn't real.
It's real. I'm touching my forehead and I look at my hand and there's no blood on my hand.
Nope. There's a bit of dried blood from the wound, but no, it's all gone.
Carl's looking kind of at Liam.
Liam, equally shocked as Samuel, but not as shocked, or equally shocked, but in a different way, I would say.
Carl's not looking at Liam because of that. Carl's looking at Liam because they've clearly done something like this on Liam a few times, and Liam has regressed. And so, yeah, her eyes fixed for now. Yeah, her head's fixed for now. But Carl is concerned about what happens next.
All right.
But doesn't say anything. We'll keep it to themselves.
Okay. All right. I mean, I was part of the coven for a while. We never did anything like this. What the fuck, Mara? What happened? And Mara turns and sort of again buckles a bit. We were doing this for you, Liam. We were keeping you alive. Apparently it worked. I need to open and she kind of kneels down much slower and starts to open the salt again. Who's next?
You look kind of drained. Do you think you should stop?
This is really important.
Carl's gonna go get a glass of water for Mara.
As you return, she's sort of sitting with her butt on the back of the couch, and takes the water and drinks it, and looks at you, Laura.
Carl
You can
gets
see
one
her
for
kind of
Laura too, just because he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah, I would take the water from you and probably very graciously be thankful that, because I think you see that Laura is very drained now too. Not as much as Mara, but looks a little bit more haggard than when we started. Nate, are you even? Where is Nate?
I'm in another room, right?
Yeah, you're in the kitchen right now.
Yeah.
You can hear Laura calling for you, but
I think while Nate was in the other room, he is feeling deeply terrified about all of this, because it's not only his number one priority is, I want to save my friends, I want to protect my friends, but something about even thinking that feels like it feels like something he barely has a grasp on. When when you're carrying something and it was heavy at first and you thought you could carry it, but then the longer you carry it, the more you start to feel it is ever so slightly slipping, and it's on the verge of you losing control of it. And I think that is how Nate is feeling, and that is mixed in with his feelings of, there's something that I'm not remembering, there's something connected here. I'm talking to, I had dreams about a dead man. Why? Obviously that's insane, but why does that even feel familiar? And what is, why do I feel like I've done these rituals before? What is going on? Why are there all these things that feel so familiar and yet so untouchable all at once? And why can't I help my friends through any of it? Anything I suggest, anything I try backfires. And I think in desperation, Ben, not Ben. Oh my God. I've been playing Ben the whole time. Nate is going to hearken back to some mixture of like his upbringing, his religious upbringing, and also just his memories of the chip cult and the knowledge that there does seem to be something supernatural going on here. And Nate would like to pray. And while he's in the other room, he would like to reach out. He's not sure if he's reaching out to the Lord or some other force, but he would like to, he even says, like, I think with his eyes closed, just really focused in, he says, whoever's out there, whoever's listening, whoever can help, please, I'm asking you right now. My friends and I were in danger. Could you please give me what I need, the strength I need, the power to help my friends? I need to make sure my friends are okay. I want to make sure that no matter what happens, Marie, Laura, and Carl make it out of this. And they make it out okay. Even if I don't, I'm asking whoever it is out there who's willing and able to make this happen, give me the power to help my friends make it out of this okay, so they can go off and they can live the lives that they deserve to live.
Roll power.
All right. I have a 35. All right, here we go.
Oh my God! It doesn't matter what your number
like
was,
a critical
Nate.
failure? Isn't 100?
That's
It's just a failure, but
versus
isn't it?
35.
It's
That's
extra
like,
bad,
it's
right?
terrible.
That's
yeah.
Isn't it
fumble,
a critical
right?
failure? Isn't like
Yeah.
100 really, really? It's like when you get a 1 is like
That's
you're like a
yeah,
critical
that's
success.
as bad as it could possibly be.
Yeah.
That's like the equivalent of an extreme failure.
Question, Nate.
My God.
How this will be a back and forth. After the events of college and moving on with your life, how frequently did Nate go to church?
I think he only went with his family.
Mhm.
I think something about what happened in college kind of spooked him about the supernatural. And so any inclination that he might have had to go to all of this, he was like, nope. And it was only with his family. So maybe Christmas, Easter, that sort of thing.
So Nate never really opened himself back up to the Lord.
No. In
Is
fact,
what
I
you're
think Nate's current state is a result of being closed off in general, not just to the Lord, but being closed off to his friends and loved ones, being closed off to his dreams of being a hockey player, in many ways being closed off to himself and his own potential.
I think obviously your dad wouldn't have noticed. He paid attention to like your interests and hobbies and things that you had in common. But I think after enough time and after a few years, your mom just stopped asking you to come. Not because she felt bad having you there, just because she felt like you weren't getting anything out of it. She would rather be around you in places that you felt more comfortable and just didn't make you have that be a part of your life anymore.
Mhm.
And this moment of desperation, this sort of reaching out to something that no longer was really something that Nate was connected to, resonates with something. Resonates with whatever is out there, as you said. And Nate feels bolstered. Now, if this was a spell, and I was going to play it out that if you rolled well, prayer would be a spell, how much of your magic points that I have given you would you have put into it?
Nate is praying with everything he's got. So he would put all of his magic points into this.
All right. You put every ounce of spirituality you have in you into this prayer, and it wants more. How much more would you give?
As much as it would take to save my friends.
It takes 1 hit point. How much more would you give?
I'd keep going if it feels like I need to give more in order to save my friends.
It definitely feels like something has heard your prayer, and it takes another hit point. It feels good. You've connected with something, and you can feel it now. You can feel all of the things that your mom had been trying to get you to connect to, and it just wants a little more.
I want to really embrace it and give like a larger chunk this time and see if that helps.
It will take 5 hit points.
Okay, so that's 7 so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go into edit mode here, because I've also spent all of my magic points, so that's 7 magic points, and 7 hit points. I'm down to 4.
And you feel good, and it feels ready to help you. You don't hear a voice, and you don't see anything. All of the stories you had heard about making spiritual connections and hearing from your God don't happen to you, but you do feel a draw. The island isn't where you need to go. No, that's not where you'll find salvation and redemption. It's the waterfall. And it's near Ben's place, so if that's where you're going, you can go with your friends and make that stop. But you've given so much to this thing, and it wants you fully, and it will help you, and it will make your friends safe and happy. You've done it. It's so easy now. Does anyone go to the kitchen? It's been a while since Nate came back.
Oh my god.
Carl was going to go when he walked away, but then Mom was getting the ritual done to her, so he stuck around. But he'll go check on Nate. As the others are like giddy over their spell, and Carl is feeling uncomfortable.
As you enter the room, it's cold, and you notice that the door behind on the wall of the kitchen, the sliding door, has sort of like jettisoned open a bit, and you can see snow sort of coming in.
Carl will go close the door. You didn't see the door open?
As you do, you turn and you see Nate sitting at the table, smiling, with his hands together. And he looks thinner, a little gaunt. But Nate, you see Carl close the door and ask you this.
Are you okay?
You know, I don't think I've ever been better.
I don't think that's true. Carl's gonna get Nate a glass of water too.
Your foot doesn't hurt anymore, Nate, by the way.
I'd like to sort of ease myself out of this chair, and then while still, like, with the crutches, still sort of test it. Just test it by pressing it on the ground a little bit.
Yeah, you press, and you hear a little bit of a crunching, but it doesn't hurt.
Come on!
You can put pressure on it.
Oh, come on. I hear a little bit of a crunching.
But it's fine.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll put a little bit more weight just to see if that was just an initial pop, like, oh, I'm at the chiropractor and I'm okay.
You push more onto it, and that crunching sort of like it crunches a bit more, and then you feel like almost like you feel a pop, and no more crunching. The cast is keeping your leg still, and it's a little heavy to walk, but you can sort of move and put pressure on it, and feel no pain.
Do I still feel great?
Yep, you know what you need to do now.
I'm gonna turn to Carl and say, and walk over to Carl without the use of the crutches, and say, no, I mean it. I think we're gonna be okay. I think you were right, Carl. I think we need to go to Ben's.
Okay. Why?
Honestly, it's better if I explain on the way. I think we got to get a move on.
Okay.
Is Marie okay?
Yeah. But
I knew it. I'd like to take the glass of water and just walk out into the living room.
Carl just says "but" again as you're walking away, and under his breath, like kind of quietly, not under his breath, but like quietly in response, it's just like, "But I don't think we're gonna be okay."
And you see Nate walk away without even limping. And as you enter the living room, you see Marie sitting on the chair. The bandage is off, the salt is moved out open, and the wound is gone. Samuel's just like pacing at the far wall, and Liam is holding a now like sort of limp, thawed bag on his hand.
I look at everyone and I say, I think Carl was right. I think we need to go to see Ben's house.
Sam turns. What the fuck, Nate? I told you to keep off the leg.
I feel great. It doesn't even hurt.
What
Look,
do you mean?
fine.
You
and I
feel
lean
great?
a little bit.
Again, whatever that initial cracking or popping is gone now, and you're just sort of pressing on the cast.
Does everyone else see that he looks a little bit?
He looks a little, yeah. He looks unhealthy.
I mean, Nate was also like a big guy. How much thinner are we looking?
Yeah,
Not like
that's
drastically, not like
Okay.
shriveled. Like his cheek, as I said, like he was a big guy. His cheeks got a little bit more gaunt. There's like darker parts like under his eyes and stuff.
Okay. You don't look good, Nate.
It's not about how I look. It's about us being able to get out of this. And while I was in the other room, I decided to pray. And I reached out, and something, I don't know what, but something gave me guidance, and I know what we have to do now.
But the reason we were doing these rituals was so that we could be strong enough to go get real answers from the woman of the lake.
And how do we not know?
Zaman.
How do we know that what I've got right now is not the same power? I turn to Mara. Have you ever prayed? Have you ever prayed to these forces?
Once with my mom.
Did you feel anything when that happened? Did you get anything back?
She looks between you, Marie, and you, Laura, and like she's thinking, and yeah, actually.
Really? What did it feel like?
comforting. I figure it's what people feel when they go to church.
That's exactly what I felt. I felt confident, and I felt sure for the first time in decades. I feel sure. I feel certain. We want to go to Ben's house. We want to figure out what happened with him. I think that's where we need to go. That's my vote.
I mean, I suppose it's likely that Morana helped me. Helped us. Maybe I closed the circle, but she's here. She's the ground. She's the water. Maybe she knew that Laura and I weren't strong enough to also heal Nate.
I look at Laura and Mara. Do they look like, are there any darkness under their eyes? Any sort of like...
No, they're just exhausted.
There's a clear difference between what just happened with you and what's happening with them.
I think the only difference is that, and this is no offense to you or anyone else, Mara, I think I put a little bit more of myself into it. The stakes are higher for me.
No.
What the hell does that mean? Carl says as he's like walking into the room.
You're all my friends. And honestly, you're pretty much all I've got. And I can't stand by and let you all suffer from whatever is going on in this town. Because something here is dangerous.
Mara turns to you, Laura. I suppose it's likely. I mean, we're being safe, but is he prone to pushing it a bit much?
And there's just kind of like these like vague flickers of things. I just know that there's not. I don't know. I've never heard of it like this before, like praying. I mean, Nate is
just another ritual.
Nate is powerful in many ways. Always looking on the bright side of things, and honestly, always being the bright spot in dark situations. So maybe you got favor in some way.
Really? That's what you all think here? If there's someone there who's supposed to be saving us, why the hell would we be trapped here?
As everyone's fighting, I'm gonna pick up the box of salt and I'm gonna make a circle around Nate.
Roll me a power.
Comes another 100.
Oh,
I have great power. I am manifesting this, everybody.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Extreme
baby!
success. That is insane.
75. I'm gonna
Guys are
save
telling
you,
a story
Nate.
right now.
I'm gonna save you.
As you do, you put actual genuine thought into the drawing the circle. It's not a wasted sort of gesture. And as you complete the circle, Nate, you feel angry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Your body feels the same. Why would they try to take this feeling away from you? You knew what you had to do.
What are you doing? I'm telling you what the answer is. Why don't you listen to me?
From yourself, Nate. You don't
Why
know
don't
what
you
you're
trust
doing.
me? I'd like to walk over and like kick the salt.
You do, and immediately you're happy again. You're protecting your friends.
Okay.
See?
God. I don't know what to do.
Everything's fine.
I think with that, I need to do a roll to see that there's something incredibly suspicious about that entire thing?
No, it's strange for sure.
Okay, so like Nate looks different. Left the room, came back healed, and is now like throwing tantrums, which seems very out of character for Nate after a salt circle was drawn around him. So when you say that like Nate looks different, like does Nate still like ripped and like or a very strong muscular?
Yeah, again, the effect isn't like entirely drastic. It's just noticeable. He's still like plump but has muscle underneath.
He's just a little less round.
Yeah.
Why don't
Maybe
we
a little bit more hanging as well. Maybe that would be like the difference
Posture,
between
yeah.
like more of this and more just like as if I've been deflated internally or something. Would that be fair?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is I can't restrain Nate.
So I don't know. Well, I don't know if any of us can.
I think I walk over to Nate and grab his hands, if you'll let me.
Maybe Carl.
Feel good. Yeah. I'll hold hands and say, see, we're together in this.
Yeah, we are. And I'm so grateful that you're here. And I know I've told you before, I need you, Nate. So I need you to sit in a salt circle with me.
Do I have
You don't
any
want-
swell of emotion to that?
You don't want to do that.
Okay. Look, Laura.
I get up and I go to the kitchen while this is happening.
Laura, I've made it clear, okay? I don't think that's necessary. I'm not interested.
I just
All
want
right.
to make sure we could do I want to make sure your leg is okay and it'll make me feel better. It'll be doing me a favor.
Leg's great, look. And I lean on it again.
Do I notice
See?
anything? Like, I don't hear any crunching.
Accordions.
What motion do you do? Are you just like putting normal weight on it, Nate?
No, I like sort of step onto just that leg for a second.
Mm-hmm. You hear a noticeable crack from the cast, Laura.
Okay. When I hear that, I swivel my head to Dr. Samuel and Carl.
I think Carl will immediately
Yeah.
react to that if they can.
Will you let them just check you to make sure that they're like that your leg is okay and we may take the cast off, all that stuff?
I think the process of taking the cast off is not a problem, right? GM?
No. Marie, can you please tell us what the results of your 2 rolls were?
So I failed my first roll, which was 63 versus 30, but I did ask if I could push it, and I was told I could. So I do exert myself to get a 4 versus 30. An
All of
extreme
you hear
success.
all of you hear banging and clanging coming from the kitchen. And Marie, you indeed find what you're looking for.
While that's happening, okay, fine. You know what?
Uh,
I actually agree with that.
As
Let's
I
get
hear-
this thing off.
as I hear that, I look at Samuel and I'm like, "You can handle this." And Carl will run to
Yeah.
where their mother is and go figure out what's clanging in the kitchen.
Sam walks over. All right, buddy, let's take it easy then. I'll just check out this divine intervention for you.
All right, and I
Uh,
hold out my leg.
And Andy, you find your mother
Carl.
holding a cast iron. Carl, you find your mother holding a cast iron skillet.
Mom, what are you doing?
I'm saving him, and I push past Carl, and I walk back into the room, and I'm gonna swipe it at Nate's head.
Roll a I don't think of all the people that I added weapons to, I don't think I added one to Marie's character sheet.
I don't think Carl is expecting his mother to smack her friend in the head with a pan. So I think he's just kind of standing there in shock watching this happen.
Do I get any inkling of what's about to happen, or is it sort of like a supernatural thing?
I think
'Cause
you're
me as a
showing
person,
the
I'm not
leg
expecting
to-
it. Yeah, I'm just showing off the leg. Do I see, if I see Marie walking in, does anything rise up within me and be like,
She's
no?
behind
Or is it
you.
just sort of like, Marie's
Roll
walking up
a-
with a skillet for some
Roll a
reason,
spot
whatever.
hidden Nate and roll a stealth Marie.
Oh God, am I even
Okay.
stealthy? Oh, I'm terrible at that.
The good news is my spot hidden is only a 35.
Oh my gosh! Ah!
I beat mine by
A 14
6,
and
though.
a 20 for Marie, and a 31 to 35 for.
So the way it works
Nate.
is it's not an incremental. It is a success versus success. And then if
Ooh,
it's
so
a
14 is
tie-
better.
No, if it's a
Oh, you want
tie,
high?
the person who has the highest stat wins.
No!
So you
Oh, I would think
both-
it's the lowest roll because you always want to roll lower.
Damn.
the numbers between successes and failures are
That makes sense though, because
Yeah.
you're more skilled at that. So
Yeah.
even if that makes sense.
so
So
you
Nate
do
sees.
notice, Nate. So this will be a combat scenario if you're wishing
Oh
to
my god.
defend yourself.
Well, I think that's why I asked, because I don't think that Nate assumes that Marie would attack. Like, I
Alright.
think Nate's initial thing is like, why does Marie have a skillet? And also, she's like a tiny little person. I don't view her as a physical threat. Literally, unless there was something in like that same feeling that I've been getting this whole time. If that feeling jumped up and was like, no, then I would respond. Otherwise, I'd be like, what, are we cooking something? Like that would be my
Yeah.
response.
It's a bit quick.
Yeah, we need a
Marie-
snack before we go to the beds, right?
I mean, I haven't had breakfast. I don't know about you all.
You don't have any fighting skill, do you, Marie?
I have yes I do. I have some gun skill and I have brawl.
Yes. So
But I don't have like special fighting skills. 1, 2, and 3. I don't have any of those.
since Nate Yes, I'm gonna say since Nate is essentially charmed for the moment, we're gonna make this a straight strength roll, Marie.
This
Which is
I have
better
a
than your
penalty
fighting.
though. I have a penalty to these, don't I?
no, because
yeah.
you're healed now.
Oh yeah,
You
you're
said
healed
you-
now.
You're not. Are you rolling to defend yourself?
No, I would not.
All right, then you're not rolling at all. This is just to
No.
see if Marie fails.
Oh yeah, because she's short too. She might like not hit you. She might
I'm
whiff.
so scared.
She swings and a whiff. 31 out of 40.
Roll me a d8, Marie.
Okay.
Lock him in the head.
I
with
just
the
want to
frying
say
pan.
that my goal is not to kill Nate. My goal is to knock him unconscious.
Non-lethal.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you've
Next
ever
snap.
smacked someone in the
I
head
know,
with a
I know.
cast iron skillet with
know.
the intention of doing non-lethal damage.
7.
Oh.
And as let me set the
4
scene again real
HP.
quick.
I have 4 points left.
Starting from the outside, establishing shot. Riley and Nova and Oliver's house in a just a whiteout of snow and wind. Not a sound other than the storm. The foyer where Liam sort of stands in the corner looking towards the living room at the chaos that is going on, icing his knuckles. Samuel leaning over the couch, sort of mid-examination of Nate's cast. Laura backed away from Nate a bit. A half-destroyed salt circle below you. Not to mention the blood and viscera still in the living room proper. Mara backing away on the other side, looking exhausted and drained. As Nate turns around to see Marie, followed by Carl. Marie with a cast iron skillet in her hand, swinging with intent to knock out her friend, not realizing that due to whatever divine intervention that her friend has recently engaged in has left him weak and vulnerable. A sickening crack
Oh my god.
breaks the room as Nate slumps to the floor and begins bleeding into the hardwood.
Mom.
And
Carl
that's where we're gonna end
runs.
for tonight.
Carl's gonna run to. Oh my god.
I did what I had to do.
Oh my god. What the heck?
Guess we're doing a healing spell next.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have an after show, that's for sure. I gotta stop this music. It's fine.
I need to subtract. I need to subtract here from my hit points.
7.
-3.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you at -3?
I'm at -3.
Are you dead? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like, you're dead,
All right.
right?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Did Marie kill me?
Anyways, we are gonna have some thoughts in the after show. Hopefully, you will come tune in with us. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till next episode to see what happens. But we would like to thank you all for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed this as much as we have, or have we? I don't know. We like to. I'm just in disarray right now. I'd like to thank our sponsor today, Roll20. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's episode. If you're curious how we were doing our rolls and how we was able to easily see our penalties and stuff like that, that's all through Roll20. So if you are a Call of Cthulhu group and you're looking for a way to play virtually, it's a great system to be able to do that with. We also have merch. You can check it out at designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4it, and soon there will be Project Morana loot for you to get, and we'll share that with you all. Maybe I can have it up before next stream. We'll see. And we would like to thank our supporter today, Hero Sheep. Thank you for being badass. If you could all put some roll love in chat for Hero Sheep, we would super duper appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this and would like to support us just like Hero Sheep and become a supporter for an episode, not only do you get to be a supporter at Legend tier, but you also get to play in a privately GM'd game by some of our cast members, which is super fun. And sometimes it affects the game. We also have all kinds of other goodies on our Patreon. We're going to have our after show for this. We have character sheets. Maybe we need updated character sheets if weird stuff has happened.
Should I come up with a new character real quick?
We might need updated character sheets because we have a new character.
Can we get the artist in here real quick?
Yeah, get a new artist. Well, we have
Nate
the
had a
same
secret child. No one knew about. Was in Lake Morana all this time.
Ben has a little brother, Benjamin Jr. We also have Twitch. If you're not already subscribed to us here on Twitch, you can subscribe to us, and that not only gives you access to VODs in advance, but also emotes. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can use that on our channel as well for a free sub, which is super handy. It helps us out. You can also become a member on YouTube, and that gives you access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you get access to a private Discord where I'm very curious to see what people's thoughts and questions are. Do let us know. And of course, there's lots of non-monetary ways to support us, like watching us live here on Twitch, making clips. Thank you for all the clips. I hope there were some good ones for this today. Watching YouTube, subscribing, liking, commenting, of course, following us on X and Facebook, liking, sharing, retweeting, and commenting on all of the things. It may not seem like a lot, but it does make the algorithms go whir, and so people can find us so we can continue telling amazing stories. And with that, I'm going to let these wonderful people say where you can find them at. We have a private chat, so if you're ever curious why we're giggling while like an intense scene is going on,
It's therapy.
We are emotionally speaking in the background through GIFs usually. Like I think a bunch of us were laughing when Marie did the saucepan because we had a GIF of it. It was really funny. But with that, we will go around and let people say where you can find them at. First and foremost, I feel like Marie, played by Shar, needs to kick us off for this one. Where can people find you at when you're not hitting your friends with frying pans?
Yeah.
A cast iron frying pan.
Okay, I messaged Kelly saying I wanted to look for a pan because I was very specific that I
You
didn't want
extreme
to kill
succeeded,
someone.
so you got the best pan.
But anyways, I don't want to plug anything, but I do want to just take my outro time to say that I think consent in TTRPGs is very important. So for this scene, I did message Jeremy before I did anything, and I also talked to Kelly about it behind the scenes. And we'll talk more about it in the after show, but I did want to just say that because I would never.
Char was like, check your
player."
DMs, Jeremy.
Hey, you cool with having the next however many Wednesdays off, bro?
No, you you are like a ghost in the background. You're like moving stuff, and we don't know you're there.
Yeah.
Alternating
you can find me
days.
I'm Matthew
Charlie Bear.
McConaughey in Interstellar for the
Or we
rest
see you on the other side with Andy. Now you get to be a meat spiral to Andy for once.
Oh,
Maybe
yes!
you can meat spiral together.
After show. We gotta save these theories for after.
Together in death.
That's it for me.
Okay, we'll go next to Nate, played by Jeremy. Where can people find you at when you are not
When I'm alive.
praying to the Dark Lord? I don't know who you prayed to, but
When I'm selling my soul to Tiamat. Or maybe that was the call of Cthulhu. We did it, everyone. I
The
made a call.
namesake.
It happened to be to Cthulhu, and that was the call of Cthulhu. Campaign's over. You can find me. First of all, I'd like to reiterate that Shard did message me ahead of time, be like, "Can I attack your character?" We'll talk more about it later. But yeah, they did clear with me, so that was all entirely with my consent, and I think it's hilarious. You can find me a bunch of places. Twitter, Jeremy Cobb1, Cobb with 2 B's #1. Instagram, the Cobbmeister. 3 Black Halflings, the Quantum Reactor, twitch.tv/Casual Quest Live. We stream Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Mondays feature Shar and Kelly. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3 co-op. Good times. We just recently started. On Thursdays, we're doing Metal Gear Solid. I've never played any of these games before, so if you want to see me learn to play all these games for the first time, and you want to watch somebody play Metal Gear Solid for the very first time,
it's
having never
so
played a single
good.
Metal Gear
are you
game
playing? Are
before.
you starting from the first one and then going
No,
through the
we
whole
jumped
series?
to Metal Gear Solid. We didn't start with the first Metal Gear.
Okay.
I want to
Um,
see this.
Yeah.
Where can I find it?
Twitch.tv/Casual Quest Live. We've only done one episode so far, so check that VOD out. I think I fought Revolver Ocelot. That's as far as I've gotten. I fought Revolver
Nice.
Ocelot, and it was great. So come check that out. And I'll be back in some form or another next week. So stay tuned for that.
Definitely an after show you want to attend. Next, we have Laura, played by Katie. Where can people find you at when you are not casting rituals? I feel like we're just at Grimrose Academy again.
Yeah, just like it.
Yeah.
Totally the
I attack
same.
people in that too.
That's true. You do attack people in that too.
I'm Katie Peters Plays. You can find me on Twitch at Katie Peters Plays. And if you just do katiepetersplays.tv, it takes you there and you can see all the links to everything I do. And follow me just on those platforms to see what I'm doing. I have podcasts. Katie hasn't seen that season 3 is coming out soon. And yeah, I'm just reeling from what just happened, so I'm gonna leave it at that today.
I was having a hard time doing the wrap up. I was like, how do I emotionally, my adrenaline's at maximum
I'm
high
like-
right now.
Yeah, I'm like, Nate is -3, so like that's all I can think about right now.
Last but not least, our keeper, Kelly. Where can people find you at when you are not traumatizing us all and giving us healing spells at the same time? Like you were doing both. You were playing both sides. It's cool. It's cool.
I'm fairly sure most of the traumatizing was y'all this episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can find me on Tabletop Titties. I'm the storyteller for Titties by Night, which is our Vampire the Masquerade supernatural investigation in Victorian London show. It's gone a bit slow. You know, I got emotional problems. So you can also check out Forgotten Guardians, which is our D&D show, which is now DM'd by Casper, and I am a player on that one. You can also Google Linktree The Mind Right, and that's how you find me. But as a bonus, because this show's coming out, this episode comes out on a Thursday, so you can also go to twitch.tv/Kelly's channel. That's right, I'm diving into the pool, and no better way than to not wear floaties and just jump in without knowing how to swim. So we're probably gonna be streaming the Baldur's Gate that Nate, or fucking Jeremy,
You're one
Shar and I
now.
play. Oh god. So that'll probably be the first thing on the Twitch channel. We'll be streaming Baldur's Gate with my friends who are definitely alive. That's it.
Are
That's
they?
a fun, exciting
Have they
announcement.
put a little squirmy wormy in their minds?
Maybe that's how you survive. Maybe you're gonna
Yeah.
get a tadpole in whatever hole is left in Nate's skull now from a
Yeah. Maybe you
Casper
just need to
skillet.
be one with the wormies.
I don't think we've met another true soul yet in this campaign. I think we're just getting to that.
Maybe? I don't know. You'll have to
Yeah.
watch and see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. That's where I tell you where I do the things. I also make games and video games for a living, and you can check that out at Ashes of Creation. That's the current project that I'm working on. And we will see you all in the after show if you're a Patreon at that tier, or we will see you next week for another episode of Project Morana, where we're totally all alive. Bye!
Bye.